Some of
Say it again.
Just a
y'all
thought.
like this beat?
I'm cool with
I
it.
ain't mad at it.
Yeah.
Told you. Y'all don't mind some curse words? It's like, you sure?
I thought you was about to go crazy.
Yeah,
Don't lead there.
That wasn't a bad intro,
Uh,
right?
Let's go.
Where we at?
Public.
I'll go first.
Man.
Okay, what y'all do?
Yeah, I'm chilling with the same fellas.
Same
Yeah.
fellas.
Podcast, Baby Bella.
Yeah.
Podcast, Baby Bella.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't measure.
Uh-huh.
all
Dang,
he
I
had.
ain't got it. Good.
He had one bar.
One
One
ball.
star. His whole life, he had one car.
Yeah.
One
That
car.
little beater from over at their Powers. We tried to tell him not to cop a car from Powers. It broke down a week later, maybe an hour. You know how we do, the candy stay sour.
Stay sour.
Yo, take a shot. Yeah, we up. Let's do it, Baby Bello. We up. Who's next? Pick the mic up.
Okay.
Pick the mic up. Pick the fight up. Who gonna win? Let's pick the night up.
Yeah.
Never pick the guns and knives up.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm done.
That's all it takes.
That was it.
That was it. Nah, you got more than
It
that.
was fire.
It was-
They
I
like
like
that.
it.
That was
It was
fire.
Some smooth stuff.
Come on, Reed.
Go ahead.
Rico.
Come on, man. Let me hear something real quick.
All right, let me see what I got.
Rico, about to get married. He done with the freak hoes.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Bro.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Downfalls that we getting.
Getting it.
Everybody know we straight killing it. I'm ripping it. I'm dipping it. Come and see my people when we chilling it. I call out murder and we'll be giving it. We dipping it. He say, yo, I'm trying to make it to the top. What you trying to do? I'm trying to make it to the top. Call murder. What you gonna do? Call him every morning. 6 a.m. He in the crib. He chilling. He straight working. Writing on the books. Getting on the books. Attacking all the looks. Attacking good. Doing what he did. Breaking for the kids, working for the kids, doing what he did. I'm trying to get encouraged, trying to learn something. I'm trying to work for certain. I got 2 of mine. I'm trying to work it. I'm trying to get what I need to proceed, trying to get to the next level. So you know I intercede. Call Tajak, how you that? He at work, twerking, trying to be the best that he can be. Stay working. I holla at the joke. Always on the internet, always talking shit, man. We gotta get into that. Going back and forth, calling with my short,
And he's
doing
white.
what I do. You know I ain't no dork, but I like to read. I like to read audio as I'm driving home every day. I like the audio. Yeah, I like to call them up, call up my people, check in, say what's up, yo. I holla at J Vaughn, saying what's going on. Hope you got that bomb, man. I'm blowing on. It's 420. Hope y'all all indulge on, cause you know I'm swinging until the song's off, and I'm blowing G.
Hey!
That wasn't bad, man. That wasn't bad. It took a little
We had
while,
Baby
man.
Bello. Yeah, we the fellow. We had Baby.
Baby Bello.
Is that a flute? Or is that a cello?
Oh,
Taking a shot.
I make my man come out the bag, baby.
Hey.
We had
Taking
Baby
shots.
Bello.
It ain't no jello.
White people can rap.
No hoodie. But I'm mellow.
I'm with it.
Yeah, I like that, man.
Shout out to
Pour me
Double
up
Good.
some more, bro. Let me get that bottle right there.
Which one you want? That one?
That Julio, yeah, that Julio.
Who bought these
That's hilarious.
expensive
Mic
bottles?
check.
Mer's
mic
not
check.
done. Mer's not. You got something else to say. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead.
Got something else
Merz,
to
you got
say.
ain't gonna let me
because
out do
Rico
it.
blew him out the
Spot.
box.
Murdy ain't gonna let me out doing it.
He's not gonna do it.
I can talk all day. You know how we do, but I gotta pray on my knees. Lord, guide me. No,
Diddy.
No Diddy.
That hurts
no
my
Diddy.
feelings
Shout out
when
to
I hear
me,
that.
the street. Know how we do. Gotta get the feet. We down here, Baby Bella. We on his promise. He said he do it for the babies. I do it for my mama. I was just getting used to 1 comma, and now we almost at 2 commas.
Ooh.
I was just getting used to 1 comma. Now we got 2
2
commas.
commas.
I was just doing it for you, mama.
My bad.
Is everything cool, mama?
No, that was perfect. That was perfect.
I went back to school, mama.
All right.
Always trying to
Enough.
avoid-
Enough.
Come on, man.
Enough.
Let me
I ain't trying to let you get off, bro.
Hey,
enough.
man, what's up, man? Shout out to Baby Bello,
Yes.
Neighborhood North Genesis Collective for putting this together.
It's phenomenal.
What up, fellas, man? How you
Whoever thought we would be like here right now? I feel like there's just the steady progression is crazy.
I was here in 2010 when it was a bank. What you
Yeah.
talking
Ain't
about?
that crazy?
Making deposits.
Yeah.
Now they got pottery.
He wasn't making no
Yeah.
deposits, man.
He's not making no deposit.
No deposits,
Real. This is my
man.
first bank that I ever
Withdrawals.
walked in when I was 18 years old to get open my bank account.
First checking, $50. Just
To be
open it
honest,
up.
I've never been inside
PNC.
this bank before.
Because you was like
Relax.
They got the
All right.
most overdraft fees out of me.
37.50.
That's real.
Yeah.
37.50.
I thought
Yeah,
it was
very
36, but I mean, obviously, 37 is so
Yeah,
specific.
37.50
That's real.
And that's for every transaction, right?
at per transaction.
I was here when it was Citizens,
Whew.
and I got robbed and somebody took my bank card. I had to fill out all types of paperwork. They took like $700 that I didn't have,
Mhm.
gave me $150 back.
How'd they take
So
$700?
clap it up to Citizens for being shut down as a terrible bank, and PNC coming in here showing some love.
How'd they take money he didn't have?
Oh, overdraft.
Overdraft.
It's just you just keep spending it.
Yeah.
You'll grow up. You'll be all right.
See,
You'll
you've never
grow
been
up.
broke ever in your life. You don't even
Don't
understand.
start
it.
this
bro.
shit.
Said
bro.
entitled.
Don't start it. Don't start
What do you
it.
mean don't start it?
I'm
Just
just
accept
asking
it.
a question.
You
I'm
grew
wondering,
up.
You grew up rich.
You grew up affluent. It's
if
okay.
you have a house with no money inside and you say I got robbed with a bunch of cash, what cash did you get robbed with? There's nothing inside the house.
My bank card, you goofy.
All right, yeah, my bad. Did you get it back?
No,
Mm-mm.
that's what
See,
that was what I just
You
said.
don't even understand that most
It's like you
people-
don't even pay
when they-
attention.
Nobody gets their money back. I've never gotten any money back that has ever anything that's ever happened like that. I've never
Nah,
gotten
you
any
just
money
take
back.
that L.
You have no idea that when most people overdraft, they just leave the bank.
Yeah, then it's just over. That's
They just go
dead
to a
in the
different
street.
bank.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, you
I
beat
didn't-
the plug.
That's not what. Yeah.
That's what Plies was talking about. I ran off on the plug.
I don't
The
watch.
plug was PNC.
Twice.
That can't be real.
Credit score
Collection,
zero.
thing.
collections coming. Collections coming.
Oh, yeah.
Collections mean nothing to poor people if they're not never going to pay it back.
Right.
They don't care about their credit.
They don't even have a phone number to give them.
Yeah. What do you? True. What are we talking about?
You ever give a fiend something for $8 and it was 10? You ain't never gonna see that too.
That's real.
It's over.
That's real.
That's a fact, man. Shout out to Willie Walker, man. What's up, man? Appreciate you.
Hey, yo, I really want to like. Why are we here right now?
Yeah, what's the science
Yeah,
behind this
talk
whole
about
thing?
it.
Yeah.
Talk
Talk
about
about why we're here.
Well, Baby Bello Neighborhood North Genesis Collective came together. So
Say it
First-
slow.
first off,
God
this
dang,
is,
calm down.
Stray Cat Studio, and correct me if I'm wrong. We do have a mic out there so the crowd can talk. Stray Cat Studio purchased the PNC Bank. Big
She already about to
acquisition.
correct some shit.
I,
It's a big deal. It's a big deal.
I learned a new word this year: acquisition.
Okay.
They
You learned that
acquired.
this year.
There you go. I
They
taught you that.
acquired this building, and Baby Bello is the nonprofit side, building a multicultural space,
I like it.
specifically space, and they highlight an artist every few months.
So what's multicultural
And-
space even mean?
No, what's multicultural mean?
Hold on, we
'Cause
need to
I
pull
only
the
know
mic
black
out.
and white people from around here.
Let's pull the mic out. I think multicultural is a white word. We'll let a white person answer.
Yeah. Yeah. We need.
Mic
we need.
check.
we
Mic
got
check.
one.
Yeah,
We got
you
one.
can hear. Oh, she got a mic.
She got a mic. Go ahead. Go
Where
ahead.
was you, where was you at during the freestyle?
Does it work?
It does.
There you
Oh,
go.
we can hear you.
Yeah.
Does that work?
Yes.
Your name?
Shout out to Willy Wonka.
Willie-
I don't even know what that means.
Willie
Ooh,
Walker. Willie
ooh.
Walker. There you go.
Look, you are on the camera. There you go.
Okay, so we are a shared community space for creativity and culture. So, like Seth said, yes, we want to highlight artists. Right now, we're doing it seasonally. Seth is one of our artist spotlights.
Don't tell him that though. I don't want.
He hates being in the spotlight, but
it's-
you just gave me a mic.
But imagine being a part of the Jackson 5 and realizing Michael's being honored. Tito.
Yo,
So you
bro.
think you're Michael now?
What's the
Hold on,
sign?
come
Come
on.
on, bro.
Relax.
Come on, bro. I told y'all that.
Jermaine-
No, let's check.
I don't want them to feel like that.
Let's check the
I don't
views
want
on
them
the
to.
singular
Jermaine
part.
had a
We are
hell of a
one.
run.
We are one.
Jermaine did good.
Hold on,
I'm
time
Jer-
out.
I'm
I think-
Jermaine.
I
I
think
don't-
we need to start a little.
I don't know who
pool.
the rest of y'all are.
We're gonna
but
have everybody put their name in the hat, and then
I'm-
they pick their favorites.
I'm for sure.
You
Jermaine.
can't.
Okay.
You can't claim Michael
No,
He has to be Michael.
He's Michael.
But go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
no,
because he
go
got.
All
ahead.
I'm going
Right.
to say is that us highlighting Seth doesn't negate us highlighting all
Yes,
of
you guys are
together.
still special.
You're
We're
still-
only here because of you.
That's funny.
We know that.
What's my name? See, I knew it. See, you don't even remember my name.
She's
That's
like
crazy.
Tyrone.
Bro.
That's
Macaroni run.
Dang.
But
Like,
no,
man, we made a mistake. We shouldn't have had them. We shouldn't have had them.
Mm-mm.
But
No,
go
so-
ahead. Go ahead. Finish. Or if that was it.
That was
might have
it.
been- Was that it?
Well, you said multicultural, but I don't think we would call ourselves a multicultural space, just culture and creativity.
Yeah, whatever
Okay.
happened to whites only?
Exactly. That's
Shut
it.
up. No.
Don't let him bait you into
don't,
shit.
yeah, don't
He'll
fall for
bait
that.
you.
Hold on.
He
The
will-
views of this podcast do not
Yes, they
represent
do. Yes, they
Baby
do.
Bello, Genesis Collective, and Neighborhood North.
So
I got
so-
y'all. Disclaimer. I got
hold
you
on,
guys.
Hold on. So as far
They didn't know what
how
they were
I'm
getting
coming.
into.
You know how I'm coming.
so as far as this space goes, like, what are you providing? Like, is it like for the youth, or is it for adults? Like, I don't.
Honestly, so far it has been for anyone. So people can come in and book the space for
Okay.
whatever they want to do. But then we are also bringing in artists, gallery exhibits. Right now we've got one that's highlighting the East Palestine train derailment. We had an improv show. We've got a collage artist coming in for people to learn how to do collage. We've got self-defense coming in. So we are basically a flex space. And my goal is that folks who really want to bring something to the community have a space where they can do that.
That's fine.
Where were they at when we were kids?
Y'all wasn't gonna come
It was
here when y'all
Tiger
kids.
Paws.
Tiger Paws. That's
we
what we
had was
had.
Tiger Paws.
Right.
We had Tiger
They
Paws.
took
Tiger
black-
Paws did not have pottery. They did
That's
not
true.
have that back there with the wheel where you do the.
They had a
with
pool
the foot.
table.
Nobody cares about that pool table.
That's,
the
I'm talking
pool table
but
about-
that's cultural, and they took black people skiing.
Come on, man.
Y'all
They
went
didn't
real.
have that. They didn't
That's
have
a
that.
real thing.
That's
They didn't
crazy.
have
We don't
that.
have none of that in Newcastle.
You didn't have it in
That's
Newcastle.
because you guys lost your funds.
And y'all barely have roads. I hate Newcastle.
Right.
When I come to Newcastle, I'll be mad.
That's why he was coming down there. Explain why you start coming down here.
It just seemed like it was just so much more things taking place. You know what I'm saying? Like when you first get off 18, like coming from Newcastle.
You see that Dollar General, you're like, we up.
Before you
You see,
get
Alright.
that,
there,
you see that
Never
adult
mind.
stores book?
uh-uh.
You saw that Mad
adult
Credit?
bookstore?
Before the bookstore, Blazers.
Blazers was fire.
You feel me? We didn't have a skating rink in Newcastle, so it's like,
Yes, y'all did.
no, we didn't.
Oh, my bad.
Not in my childhood, we didn't.
Whites only one.
So we went to, they had Hess's ice skating in the Shannon.
Ooh, that's how they get y'all. Frozen water.
Shannick?
Frozen water.
That's whites only.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we didn't go to the Hess ice skating rink, anything like that. But so we go from Blazers, then you go a little further, you got the adult porn thing over there, and it's like it's getting more and more exciting in Beaver Falls. They're going
Mhm.
down
First off,
18.
that's way before Blazers, but I respect the fact that you ran backwards.
So then
No, you're
you
talking about
get-
from Newcastle.
from
It'd be
Newcastle.
Blazers, and then it would be the
No,
adult.
no, no, no.
I don't
Stop,
think you've
stop.
ever been to either one of
Yes.
them spots then.
It's on no, the
Oh, no, I'm
porn.
tripping.
The thing is on the right, and the Blazers
Oh,
will
wait,
be on the
it's
left.
not porn. It's just adult videos.
Let's all-
Either way,
Let's
it
all
will-
move past that.
I heard they still got peepholes.
And let's get to the, let's
either
get to the
way-
wave pool.
either way, it's something I wasn't used to seeing. I was like, God damn, it's going down Beaver Falls. And then you get past Blazers, and then you have
Wave pool
wave pool,
or the cinema at the time.
the cinema, and a wave pool. So it's like, God damn, it's a whole bunch
And
of
then it was like
fun
bar,
shit
church,
on the way
bar.
to
Mhm.
Beaver Falls. And then when you finally get in Beaver
And
Falls,
when you saw sheets, you was like, yo, this
before
is
I
crazy.
before I got there, my cousin stayed in the projects to the right, Moreto, and Moreto was like in the '90s. Moreto was thrilling. You
And
feel me?
No grass
It
at
was
all.
just extreme. It was a lot of fun going on.
Just
So I
gravel.
was just like, they got a lot
Torn up
more,
elbows,
a lot more
knees.
unity and excitement going on in Beaver Falls than they did in Newcastle, because Newcastle is very segregated. It's like if you're from the west side,
So
you
was
stay
this.
to
It's
the
called
west
College
side.
Hill to here. You guys got that.
But
little-
y'all only have two. Y'all got College
Is
Hill.
College-
we're a lot
and the rest.
smaller.
Is College Hill in downtown really segregated? I had a lot of friends on College Hill.
What? First off, I
Who-
bought a house on College Hill 2 years ago.
Okay.
Shout out to
I
Zach.
don't talk to anybody downtown.
That's
anymore.
hilarious.
that is gone. It's
Hey,
done.
if you
It's
want to,
done.
he's right though. If you want to lose your friends, just move up a hill. It's quiet.
College
Yeah,
Hill.
I moved up on College
Stephen
Hill.
Hill,
Like
you'll
when I
never
see
see him
when I
again.
see people come up College Hill, I'm like,
You'd be like,
"Hey,
who's that?
nah. What's going on? I don't like you. I don't know what's going on with you.
That's foul.
Get back
That's
down.
funny
Get back
as
down the
hell.
way."
I feel the same way. Like in Chippewa, if somebody,
real.
if I see somebody black and I don't know them, I'm like, yo, what they doing up here?
Suspicious.
People
what I do.
can't go to Walmart.
No, I'm saying around my street.
First off, as soon as I moved,
Walmart's
to,
a safe space.
as soon as I moved to College, hold on. As soon as I moved to College Hill, I don't go to Walmart. I'm a Giant Eagle boy.
You're not
Oh,
going
yeah.
to Giant Eagle.
We don't go to
Giant
Matt,
Eagles love.
We
Matt,
don't go
what I
to
tell you
we
the
don't go
other
to
day, Matt?
Walmart either.
Yeah. Like first off, I'm not going to Walmart.
Listen,
I'm
my
going
niece-
to Giant Eagle. First off, the experience in Giant Eagle is so much better.
You're gonna pay way
Way
more.
I'd say there you go. It's
better.
way more.
You're gonna
Hold on.
pay way.
$1 more an item.
No, you don't.
So if I pay,
That's enough.
if I get 15, if it's
You pay
People are
$1 more in
happier.
gas?
People are happier.
they're happier.
I paid $300 worth of groceries at Giant Eagle in January. I haven't been back grocery shopping since.
Yeah, nah.
I have
I'm gonna-
cooked every one of those.
But this is your
ingredients.
first time grocery shopping.
Why are you
just-
telling
that's
people
real.
that?
Right. Usually you put
All right, let me tell them why.
Instacart.
Don't make it seem like I just go to McDonald's every day. I bought a crib in Beaver, so I'm just now getting acclimated to buying groceries.
Oh, so you got a Whole Foods.
Shout out, level up moment.
I just got acclimated to buying groceries. In my first time, I went to Giant Eagle. I spent about $300 plus. I got a lot of groceries, but it was expensive. I haven't went back since. I haven't been. I haven't went to Walmart, Aldi's, nothing of that sort. I was making tomato paste the other day into something. Everything had to get cooked. Not playing.
How'd you even get tomato paste at the crib? For what? What made you put tomato paste on the list?
Because when you make a nice browned Alfredo sauce,
you have to be intentional.
I don't know about them Alfredo sauces. When you make the nice browned Alfredo sauce, you have to have a tomato paste in it to give it that.
Who told you how to make that? Who told you to make that?
Huh?
Who told you to make that?
Pinterest. What do you mean?
Oh, Pinterest.
Yeah,
that was her name. Her name was Pinterest.
Her name was Pinterest. Come on, bro. I'm
just saying.
I'm trying to look.
Does she sleep with a bonnet on?
A nice vodka sauce. She
does not.
Paste. I watch Master Chef, y'all. I watch Master Chef. If y'all watch it, it's fire.
So you were intentional about purchasing that. Okay.
Thank you.
First off, congratulations, grabbing your spot.
Thank you, bro.
Doing your thing, becoming a man.
Yeah.
Which kind of segues us in. Remember the old days with the segues?
The segue. You're the best at crazy. He's the best at segues.
For sure,
man. So I guess that's why we're here to talk boys to men. So I guess let's get into it. Now that we're on the subject of you having your own space, how does it feel? What is the difference between being on your own now? He's on.
Do you live there? You live there alone?
By myself.
How is that for you?
The difference is basically
like, would it be wrong for us to call you a late bloomer?
I'm cool with that. Whatever you want to say.
No, everybody. That's
no, I'm messing with you.
Are you 30?
No.
He's like 20.
How's he a late bloomer?
You call him 30 because he looks like that?
Yeah, bro.
But he ain't shape it up.
Audience, do I look 30? I like that I can ask them, and I don't. It's not just y'all. Thank you, y'all.
I didn't think you looked 30 at all.
Okay.
So you're old people.
Wait a minute, if he's a homeowner before 30, how is he a late bloomer?
It was a joke, Rico. Thank you for ruining it. Move around.
Yeah, calm down.
Yeah,
I'm trying
man.
to understand.
Y'all trying to bring that West Side energy down here, man.
He can't
Relax.
take a joke.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
But no, to answer your question though, honestly, the only difference now is obviously the bills, everything, but the luxury is, when you come into your house with your parents and it's late and you got to answer those questions.
No,
I don't want to answer those questions no more. I come into that house. If I want to
my parents would sleep.
Cook a dinner with just underwear on, I'm going to cook that dinner with just
It's
underwear
phenomenal.
on. I don't have to ask no questions.
Yeah.
Nothing of that sort. Where did I come from?
Yeah.
What's going on? I don't have to answer no questions, man. I can just go into my house, watch what I want to watch, volume on whatever I want to be on. That's the luxury.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to be
Beaver doesn't have a sound
yourself?
ordinance?
Comfortable with myself. I'm an only child. It was ASAP. I'm an only child. I've been by myself all my life.
I'm telling you, it was definitely a learning. I was with my ex and
you're never really lonely.
Joe,
you could always hear
fire.
somebody talking to you at night.
That's
But
fine.
being
So you went from high school to living with your ex?
What?
No, I went from high school to college.
Oh,
Yeah, it was 10 years.
All of your 20s, you live with a woman.
My whole 20s. I didn't even get to go ahead.
So when did you do your first laundry?
Huh?
You doing in college?
I grew up in a black household. I was doing my laundry when I was 10.
Out on
Relax.
out on the line,
like 10
out on
years
the line,
old.
just stringing it outside.
No. We
From the fence to the house,
from the color purple.
I grew up.
I
first
got
off,
neighbors down here too.
I
You
grew
didn't
up
have the
relatively like
clothesline?
in Beaver Falls. We would say like I grew up like not rich like him, but
Damn.
I grew up good. I had both of my
We
parents in the house.
thought you were rich.
Yeah, I had both of my
But you
parents in the house. Yeah, I wasn't rich, but
Why?
I had.
You were actually poor.
Why?
I was
we were
poor,
just
super
poor.
He was a-
poor.
we
Y'all
We were
just-
poorer.
Why
You were
y'all always
poor.
find reasons for him to be poor? He wasn't poor.
Why, when we talk about money, do you get so upset?
No, because it's just the fact is this.
Crazy.
He
Calm
had
down.
video games
Yeah,
at home.
you so
No,
mad.
don't do
It's
that.
okay to be affluent.
He had video games at home.
Like I use the word affluent. Go ahead.
Yeah,
That was
twice.
fire.
Twice.
What's the-
100%.
He had video games at home. He didn't go to Tiger Paws.
What do you feel like the
Because he had his dad. at home.
family household
Thank you.
income is for poor?
Whatever we're making right now.
Oh, that's the wife. I'd say what? 25, 27K?
Anything under 20?
Wait. What?
That's
We talking about
poor. I'm asking like
That's
because y'all was referring to see if he was poor or not. I was trying to see like
I'm saying
That's a good question.
what is considered poor? Like what is the family household income?
Anything under 3 zips a week.
I would think
Stop.
no.
Why?
You know the prices, right?
Stop.
You know the prices,
Stirring
right?
the crowd.
Y'all
like,
know the prices,
what's a
right?
zip?
All right.
Hold on, time out. I would say
She's like,
I would say growing up.
mm,
I mean, not growing up poor, but I would say like poor in a lower income area would be
You don't even know you're poor when you're around poor
40 to 50 grand.
when you're around poor people, you don't know.
people. That was the same
No,
person.
You don't.
You don't know if you have money when you're.
Let's
I don't know.
Oh,
what the,
no.
I don't know
Let's
what the
open up to the
number
audience.
is.
Certain
Let's open
people
up to the
I
audience.
promise.
Oh,
I
you-
promise.
he's-
Open up to the
Let's
He
open
said,
up
"I
to the audience.
promise."
What income do you family income?
Well, look it up.
Do
What's the
you feel
median
it is-
income right now in Beer Falls?
No, I want to ask them.
What
I
is
wanna know.
poor? What would be considered poor?
Trying not to work.
Anybody can take the mic. Anybody.
I want to say this.
Like if you were making this much money a year,
Don't put this
you
on
would be
them.
like, I'm poor.
Please don't be shy. Please don't be shy.
Nettie's looking down. Trauma's kicking in.
She's going to get.
United Way actually has it on their website. It's called the Alice. So
Uh-huh.
it's like working for
Which is-
it's like I think 47,000.
Is
47.
what? Is
You said
is what?
20.
Yes,
So
I
it's
know I
what
said
we call
20.
The Alice number.
Is that for a single person?
Yeah, I'd actually have to.
Ooh, I'm
look
going to
into
work
that.
on Monday. Y'all owe me money.
Yeah, I think that's a family number. That's a family number.
That's
a
a family
family number?
number. Yeah, and it makes
Right.
sense.
Look it up, so we have to-
47?
So for a single person,
Okay, hold on. So what's it? What would be the difference from back in the day? Did you ever see your mom's FAFSA?
My mom.
Okay, going to college. Okay, I'm old. 2003, FAFSA came out. Right, you had to write your information down. I'm for a fact because I remember my mom filling this out. In 1 year, that year, whatever it was, she made damn it. This
Say
is
it.
live. 11 grand.
Whew.
Literally
She a
in my
bar-
car
was she a
in a
bartender?
shoebox. We had 10 grand. She made that in a year. No, Nutty did. He just left it in my.
she had 21,000.
Don't free him.
She had 21,000.
You are so goofy. It's like I don't. It's like whenever I
He
talk,
said
it's like,
he said he had 11. She had 11.
she made 11 grand. We had 10 grand in the car. I'm talking about just not outside money,
Okay.
not work money. 11 grand in 1 year,
That's crazy.
and now it's 47 is poor now. Like I don't understand. And what's the Alice?
He wants us to.
So
fight for him.
so quick question.
And can I call Alice?
So quick question with
Does she have a number?
with that little bit of money, like how did you
You said it-
gain? How did you gain so much weight?
Oh, food. Do you remember McChickens was 99 cents? That was when the dollar menu was a real dollar menu.
That's when McDonald's knew their
It's
place.
called.
Okay.
It's called
McDonald's knew their
sodium.
place
I
back
make
then.
chicken with cheese.
You had
Get
the
it,
only
bro.
reason why you stayed just chubby because Drell was taking all your leftovers.
That was good.
No, but
All
I
right.
actually,
That was
I
good.
actually have a question for you, right?
Here we go.
No, dead ass. It's boys to men, right? So that's how you grew up. How did that make you who you are now?
It
What's the
didn't.
difference?
It
What-
didn't because you didn't know it.
Mhm.
So you have no differences in now to.
No, like
Not
you,
be
like
what
when
that
I
was.
saw it at the time, I was like $11,000. I was like, that's crazy. Like that doesn't seem like a much, but it was what it was. You don't.
So you never
you
felt,
don't realize it. You don't. It doesn't hit you till you're an actual adult making money, and you're like,
you never
oh,
felt
crazy.
Poor. You never felt poor.
No, you
Your
just-
mom never showed it. She never showed. that.
Nah, she definitely showed it.
What do you mean?
Murr, did you feel
Uh,
poor?
You would just be able to leave and go to dad's house.
I didn't feel poor, but I would catch those moments of like, oh, you could tell, oh, you're upset because you wish you could do more.
I've never,
That's you know what I
I've
mean?
never felt poor. I had two parents at home, but my mom was a stay-at-home mom, and my dad was a at one
was
point
a nonprofit.
no, no,
Shout out to not paying taxes.
No, my dad,
Baby
my,
Bello?
my dad worked. My dad worked for it was called YDC.
Y'all gonna have to teach me.
He was like a juvenile delinquent counselor.
Okay.
In the early 90s, and then he lost his job, so he went like I want to say 7 years without a job, and then he became a bus driver. He had a CDL license as well. So I would say average, my dad probably did maybe like 45,000, maybe, for the duration of my life. Besides that span when he didn't work for those few years.
Few years. You just said 7.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, he went
7
I
years?
want to say it was 7 years, but that was.
My dad got laid off in the 80s. My mom left 6 months later.
See, my dad
She was
was
there for the money.
The mills was crazy,
crazy.
baby. It's $42 an hour.
I
In 1987?
don't know if it was exactly 7 years, but I remember.
70 years sounds
I
crazy.
remember it being like sixth grade. Let's see, sixth grade, seventh grade, eighth grade, 9th grade.
He was employed. He just didn't tell you where he worked.
No. He definitely didn't work. But that's why myself and my siblings have such a strong faith, because I witnessed my dad go at minimum 5 years without employment. And we never not had cable. We never not had a vehicle. We
Never not had cable.
in my life. Never not had gas. Lights never went off. Like, I never experienced that. That's why my faith is so strong, because I vividly remember in my life my dad not having, like, when he got fired from YDC, he was like fell into depression because he just refinanced our home, got, did some remodeling around the house, kitchen and shit like that. And then I remember vividly him like being in the basement depressed because he lost his job, because he just refinanced his home and then lost his job randomly. Being that I'm grown now I know what that means. And I can only imagine, like, he had 4 kids. My 4 older siblings were in college during the time, and it was myself and Ian, and he just recently became a pastor. That's why I'm big on faith, because because you may not believe, like, there's no one that can sway me. I'm not believing because of what I seen with my own during that time as a kid. Like, I remember being in 6th grade and then going from 6th to 7th, 8th, and 9th grade, and my dad not having a job. But it was like, during that time, it's like God removed the job that he was depending on, because he was doing well as his juvenile delinquent counselor. He was doing well in this, and they removed that from him. And then he became a pastor. He got his own church, own congregation. So it was like, how am I supposed to provide for this? Because it was a failing congregation. They sent him to this congregation that had like 4 members. The church was like in horrible condition. The bathrooms had carpet in it. It smelled like pee. Like, there was only, and out of the 4 members, like 2 of them were like mentally handicapped. Like, it was like, all right, I got a challenge for you. Like, your children are in college. You have a mortgage. You just refinanced your home. You got to pay this back. And you have this church, so it's like, now you really got to believe in me, because what I have planned for you is, bigger than what you would expect. So if you're going to be a pastor, I really got to put you through this, because what you're going to preach,
like the book of
you
Job,
got to really believe it.
Yeah.
And like, when I watched him go through it,
you hear me?
like, if no one, like, it sucks, because trying to make someone else believe something that I've seen is complex, because it's like, if you ain't see it, you wouldn't even.
But 5 years, you talk about stay at home, like, that's crazy. So
because I'm just think about this. Like, my dad,
I'm thinking about
my mother,
it, and it's not making sense to me.
My mother dropped out of school in 7th grade, so she was a stay-at-home mom, and there's 7 of us
down south.
So you're telling me right now you truly believe your dad wasn't selling drugs?
That's what I'm saying.
I truly believe
You have faith because you had HBO.
Listen,
You're a Christian because you had HBO.
the fact that
The Disney Channel.
if it was my mom, I would say there's a possibility my mom was selling.
But your
drugs.
dad,
No, your dad had to, because he
No,
wasn't
no,
getting
no,
no government assistance.
You
Your
don't
mama
understand.
could.
You don't understand. You don't understand. Like,
This is to
You don't
your
make-
point.
Yeah, you don't make.
If they didn't go through it, they can't see why your faith is that strong.
I feel like
This is the
Because
feel me?
he said specifically because we didn't not have cable. We didn't. So what are you talking about?
I feel like
It was
you had
provided.
I feel like
It
you
was
had a
provided.
very good relationship with your
Think
dad.
about this
Am I
though.
right?
It's
5
not-
years
I
without a
had
job.
I had a really good relationship with my dad and my mom.
They look
and-
just
and
alike.
Something had to shake.
But the thing is like,
A pension, something.
my dad was big on faith without work is dead. Okay,
Phil was providing. He was
so
like
he would
19
get
at
up
the time.
every morning. My dad would be doing shit like my dad is. I don't even want to take over the pod and telling this story,
Go.
but
No,
it's
you're
like
fine, go.
I'm just
Go.
glad your dad ain't here to hear this, because I know he'd be pissed as hell.
no, like you gotta check this out.
Is he dead?
Yeah, he is. He died. He died in
Come on,
2018.
bro.
Relax. Go ahead.
Right.
Finish.
No,
Let him
I've
get
been
up.
through this already with him. It's all good.
Yeah.
It's so he died in 2018, right? But when he
Beat COVID.
All right. Come on,
He did. He did beat COVID.
he did beat COVID. He
He
did beat COVID.
Shakari.
I'm out.
So
That's crazy.
he's crazy.
Finish.
So he's
Yeah. I like that. I like that.
listen. So she so he loses his job.
Allegedly.
And no, he lost his job because he's playing around too much with it. Doesn't matter. Long story, he lost his job. Okay, he loses his job, and the task he's about to go on is like, if you're going to lead other people,
Yeah,
I gotta put you through this so you can really believe it, because
again, the book of Job, take everything from you, put you on your
so he goes through this, and like, so my dad learned how to be handy. Okay, so he learned how to like he knew how to work with his hands. So my dad's out hustle. Every morning he give me the scrap, get like,
that's what we're saying.
He would be scrapping, or he would get up and he would like different people would be odd jobs. Different people would be calling
roofs,
like, hey,
gutters.
man, can you do this? Can you do that bathroom stuff?
A real
like
skill.
That. Exactly.
Something I can't do right now because my roof's going in right now. And I'm like,
check
oh
this
shit,
out.
I gotta call real man.
But check out how these things prepared him. So as he's going through these odd jobs, it's perfecting his craft.
Right. He's just like Jesus.
Listen,
baby.
as he's perfecting his craft, he's getting better. This guy won't stop. Listen, as he's going through these different odd jobs, he's learning and perfecting his craft. Because when he got this church, the church needed so much remodeling and so much work done to it. By the time he's already went through, I did this person's bathroom, I did this person's living room, I did this person's garage.
So he knows exactly how much it costs and what to do.
He knows exactly what he's doing.
He built the church up from his hands.
Swear to God,
He was prepared.
Ain't even on me.
And he
From
was
the
prepared
brick up.
So he remodels this church.
No, he had the church. He had to
Bro, he built it with his hands, bro.
Bro, he literally built it with his hands, remodeled the church, and then when he got finished remodeling the church, because he gave himself like a year and a half to do his complete renovation to this piss poor church. It was doing really bad.
Mhm.
And then as he renovated the church, by the time he was finished,
everybody saw the work.
Newcastle Transit Authority came to the church. Hey, Gary, you got your CDL license still? He got hired at the Newcastle Transit Authority. The very moment the task that God prepared for him was complete.
I'm about to put on a church beat, bro.
Like, not even being funny. Like, I was, if I wasn't there to witness it, I wouldn't believe in myself either. But being that I was there to witness it, like the very moment he completed
y'all was helping your dad renovate
every day.
That's crazy.
Every day, like it was like a year and a half, almost 2 years of him every day going down there doing more and more work. It was myself, my little brother Ian, and my uncle Jeannie. And we would be down there putting in time. He'd be
Uncle who?
So time out. So that's how you lived life as a boy. So now as a man, what did that teach you?
It taught me to trust God a lot more. Like my faith is a lot stronger because of what I witnessed with my own eyes. And it makes me feel bad for those that haven't witnessed something like that. It makes it harder to believe.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I could see why someone wouldn't believe, but being that I had the bird's eye view and witnessed the whole thing take place and transpire, and with trusting God
and come to fruition
and allowing him to direct your path and how everything aligns and sets up, chronologically to get him where he's supposed to go. Because he retired as a Newcastle Transit Authority bus driver.
That's love.
You know what I'm saying? And then the church that he built up with his hands, he donated to another failing church because he was there before and he knew the struggle.
That's what you need.
He built it up with his hands and he
donated it to another church.
I'm mad for him.
Well,
I'm selling that church, bro.
Listen,
if I built it up with my hands.
It's so funny you said that because like after he died, like, there's several siblings of us. And I'm like, well, I'm sure there's a little check coming. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? There's got to be something to ease my pain. There got to be something. My dad donated everything from the church to the church.
It's got to be a tax break.
What you mean he donated everything?
Like his life insurance policy was to the church and then went to the church and didn't go into any of his children. My mother got his pension from the
Transit to the yearly budget, to the mortgage. What?
Yeah.
I'm scrapping him in heaven.
Mad, yeah.
I'm scrapping him in heaven. I'm going to heaven. I'm going.
Yeah,
you ain't leave me no bread. Nah, it's crazy.
I would have that way, but it was like being that I've been deaths with my brother and my dad. I know how money can affect the relationship.
Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like you think money won't affect the relationship,
even if it's like a couple
what I'm
grand.
saying. But it can get real ugly when someone dies and it's like, okay, I'm gonna leave this sibling X amount of dollars and you only get this.
You're right.
Things get ugly and then like family split. So instead of like that being a thing, being that like there were so many of us, like my father,
it was better just to keep it out the way.
It was better to just keep it out the way.
And he
then
knew he had
make
the
it to
foresight to
church.
see
It's like
that.
Or just split
if
it
you wanna-
evenly.
No,
if
but
you-
see, but
if you
the-
want to reap the benefit now here's a dilemma
But-
that I'm in right
But
now.
then if you give me $5,000 and I give you $5,000, you might go do something productive with it. You give me $5,000, I'm going down the street, I'm going to drink it away. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's just kind of like probably he could have been like, I'm not even going to divvy this up. Just give it all over here, and everybody got to stand on their own.
And going
Nah,
through a
I feel like
situation.
But the dilemma-
deserving
But he
of
had
that
to
money.
spend it like how many ways though?
The biggest dilemma that I got to deal with is
It's not like
like,
they got $1 million a piece.
Yeah, but
If
they're
I-
still
You think-
deserving of
you
it.
think that give me enough of life insurance to bury me or bury you? That's it.
correct.
Like that's all you
Right.
need to do. Like
I
anything else,
also think
provide for yourself.
when you go through that kind of situation, the wisdom that comes from that lets you know that whatever God got for my kids, he got for them.
Facts.
So this money might
Oh, Murr's about to dive in.
But listen, but check this out, though.
stop, man.
See,
Sometimes
Murr
stop.
about to act like Murr. I can feel it. Go
But,
ahead.
but,
Go
but what
crazy.
happened was like, so my dad paid, so his life insurance paid the church off.
Mhm.
So if I really
Oh,
wanted to
that's
reap the
lovely. Then
benefits
donate.
was I would have a free and clear nonprofit business that I could
Go
you
in
know,
there and preach.
go in and take over if that's the lane that I wanted to take.
Rico's church would have.
So I'll
You
say
know
this.
what I'm
I'll say
saying?
this to you.
So it's like
I've known you.
I left you something, son, but do I really want to have it?
Do you got that
Ultimately.
non-profit mindset?
I mean,
And
Low key.
are you ready for it?
Look,
That's the thing.
that-
Are you ready
Time
for
out.
it?
Time out. I've known you
Talking
for
about-
years.
we're talking-
right?
we're talking about
I've
church.
known you for years.
Right? Are you really committed to what it's going to
You
take?
talk about your faith. You talk about your faith all the time.
correct.
But my bad. I apologize.
Yeah, don't do that again.
You talk about your faith all the time, but you never ever preach to anybody. You never show your devotion to anybody else and let them know
He was praying
when
through
they're doing
customs.
anything wrong. Like you might say it to me, but the way you feel, I don't understand how you don't give that to anybody else that's close to you.
I think what for me is I don't want to push it on anyone. You know what I'm saying? Like I know like spirituality is a choice. Like I feel like life is about choices. So I don't want to be the person to ram unwanted information to you. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes if you ask for it, I'll deliver it. Or if I feel comfortable with you enough to say how I feel.
Because you'll say it to me.
Well, yeah, how about to say?
But I'm comfortable enough with you to express how I feel.
Do you feel like you don't just? I'm taking in the aspect of you're a barber now. You got one-on-one sessions every day with everybody.
Right,
I mean, the things that we've talked about, the things you probably talked about, you got an individual congregation
right.
every hour.
Correct.
He's giving it to somebody.
If I don't
Pause.
even like my barber talking to me while he cuts me, and you start preaching to me while you
You
cut
see
me,
what I'm saying?
but
I'm
it's
gonna
not-
get mad.
But it's not.
Bro,
It's not a real.
line me up.
He's gonna meet you where you want to meet him at.
I'm 1,000 completely I agree with you. That's why.
But he's only gonna
I'm
meet you
not
where
a
you want to
person
meet him
that's
at.
going to like ram spirituality or religion or
Second time you said
my
ram, I
faith,
don't like that.
into your face. Like if that's not what you're ready for, what you want, then I'd rather you, provide that space where I feel like I can open up to you. Now people who know me truly, and they are in my closest demographics as far as friendship, things like that, then you'll know that about me.
Right.
But like as far as me pouring that out on you, I don't want to force that on you because I don't want to like turn you off of me.
Right.
Like just because like
Like
I'm
street-
passionate
like
about
street
it,
preachers,
or,
like
or
street
I-
preachers.
yeah, it's like listen, when you're ready for it,
Right,
I'll,
you're not gonna
I'll
Bible
deliver
thump
it to you. But as far as me every day, like hey, you know, the Lord says, and the Lord
See,
says,
so I don't know about that.
I feel like that's
feel
a turn off.
I feel
I
like,
feel like that's a turn off.
I feel like
if I don't
whatever
want
you
it, don't
stand
give
on,
it to
whatever
me.
you stand on, you're supposed to give whatever you stand on.
But I'm
So when it
I'm
comes-
well rounded.
when
I
it
can
comes-
talk
hold
about
on.
I can talk about anything.
So I'll say this when it comes to like we'll say my family. I am more than my on a light level.
Ooh,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
hope y'all hear this.
Everybody in your family is dumb except you.
Shut up. That's not what I'm saying.
That's what I heard.
That's
not what I'm
exactly what he
saying.
just said.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Hey,
I'm saying,
Drill,
like,
chime
I've
into the
had-
live chat.
I've had
Did
good
you go live
people-
already, Merv?
I've had good people in my life. Hold on. Yeah, we're live. I've had good people in my life to be able to show me different things and give me different experiences.
Mhm.
They've been able to retain knowledge and be able to give it to people that don't have the same kind of situations
Who'd you
that I
give
have.
Why
now-
are you pointing to me?
Who'd you give knowledge to?
Why is he pointing to me? Why
He
he
gives knowledge
says
to a lot
that?
of people. Ty's in a lot of weddings.
Look like you got a lot of
I have
Yeah,
a lot of,
hold on,
I have a lot of
wait a
friends.
second.
you
Joe,
got a lot of knowledge.
Please
Damn,
give me a
definitely do.
second. Give me a second. Why are you pointing to me when you said that?
You're an illustration.
No, he
He's
said
just-
he's
you're like a
behind
metaphor.
you.
I accept a lot of information from YouTube, but I don't want to hear about it, especially.
I wasn't talking
He's
about.
just-
I wasn't
you
talking about
pointed
you.
direct. You ain't pointing to him at
Hold
all.
on, hold on. Not to get
I
off
wasn't
topic.
talking. I'm
My bad. My
Ty,
bad.
I think
where I'm going with
Go
it
ahead.
was I was saying like I'm forever going to try to pour, even if it makes you mad. If you're someone that I care about, I'm going to try to pour into you, wherever it's good, bad, whatever it is. Go ahead, stop, shut
That's
up.
pointless.
I
I'm
talk
not-
to him,
yeah,
I
like
talk
I-
to him every day. I
That's
ain't been
pointless.
pointed
Do
to
you,
not
do you agree that
once.
that's
I
pointless?
believe that's pointless because they're not
Yeah.
going to be receptive to it.
They're not going to receive what you're saying because what you're saying is
Irrelevant to what I
overbearing.
want to hear.
It's
like-
irrelevant and it's overbearing.
But
I'm
that's
about
not
to
the
hear
point.
what
Hold
you're
on,
saying.
hold on.
It's not irrelevant.
I get both sides. Hold
It's
on.
not
I
irrelevant.
think that there's two ways.
If they're
There's
not receiving
hold
it,
on,
it's-
hold on, wait. I think there's
I
two-
still have to do it.
there's two different ways, right? There's the situation where the person might not be ready, but you're planting a seed.
Okay.
I'm
You're-
not mad.
You're not trying to give them a full-on sermon. You might just plant a seed. But then there's
And I'm gonna
someone
take a
who
plan
you
B.
That's all
there's
I'm doing.
someone who you know might be ready to receive. You can tell when someone's ready to receive your information.
Yeah.
And then you go into a full-on dialogue. I think you plant seeds.
That's all I do.
He plants seeds too, but he's saying that he's not wasting his time if he could tell if this person's not ready to receive.
I've never seen him plant a seed. He's never planted a seed.
Well, yeah, how often are you?
I mean, we really don't have the
Relax.
We don't-
Relax.
we don't
Bro,
have
we're
the-
all
we-
adults here.
Relax.
He got a kid.
You get what
yeah,
I'm
we
saying?
don't, we don't have the rapport like
Relax.
that for, and we haven't had the opportunity to have that, one-on-one, because anyone that
Rico.
has that,
Damn, you're straight. He's doing good.
But he's ready to receive.
Bro, pause.
that
It's
was
No, he's
not that I'm
good.
ready
that
to
was
receive.
that
I'm
was
just
crazy.
saying.
Yeah,
I've
like
never
if we've
seen you
had
in
those
that
one-on-one
mode.
conversations,
I want to
then
hear
you
about
know that
Teapot
me.
over here pouring into people.
Ty pours in.
Does he?
Ty's been the best.
By
guy.
just roasting you
Listen,
constantly?
Ty has
Make
been
you feel
the
like a piece
Whoa,
of
whoa,
shit?
he has something to get off his chest.
Hold on, time
No.
out.
Say
time
what
out.
you have to
Ain't
say.
nothing on my
Time out.
chest.
Don't get the jokes twisted.
Oh,
when
yeah.
I say
The
jokes,
jokes is I gotta focus on the jokes through the bars, and I gotta.
if you
read
listen to
really
what
well.
I'm saying, I'm really trying to give you knowledge
Why'd you pick it
all the time.
But when?
Yeah, he's talking crazy.
But
No. Say what you
but
said.
no, but what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying
exactly,
is,
'cause I
I didn't
feel
like how
like
you came at him when he was like, "Oh, you should be pouring it. You should be." He
no,
does.
no.
He's got his own craft.
I wasn't coming
His
at
father had his own craft. He had his own thing going on, right? He had his congregation. Rico has his own congregegation. If you would let him cut your hair instead of doing your own shit,
Time out.
you would be
But
a
you-
better friend to him, and he better be a better friend to you.
You gotta hear me out.
You would be able to sit outside. You would go from the haircut.
Chill on his
to the
hairline,
pre-haircut. No,
Joe.
I'm not talking about no hairline. Before you know
Hair
it,
was done.
before you know
Go
it,
back.
now you're smoking weed on the west side. All right, and now you're getting
on,
Mary's lambs and rice.
Relax.
And now you're
Job,
poured into.
Job
And
done
now
all
you're
that.
poured into.
Job done all
That's
of
why
that.
me and
So
him
you
are
feel
bonded.
like- so you
now,
feel
Why
like-
me and him are bonded.
Let's run
I
it back.
feel like
One at a time. One at a time.
Now he's talking like I know your family.
wow.
No. He's
Y'all
talking
have
about
y'all
himself.
have different. So let's not go there like you have a better relationship with other people. I'm just talking to him as a brother, and I'm saying he has a lot of knowledge to give.
You feel like
Relax.
you feel like I should offer it more?
100%. If you have the knowledge to give, why would you not
Yeah,
give? it?
you
He
should be,
feels
you should be
that-
more overbearing.
Hey yo,
You're doing
are
a great
you
job. but
worried?
should
Are
do
you
more.
worried about? Are you? Yes.
You're doing a great job, but he's saying you should do more.
No, Rico, wait a second. He feels as
He
if
definitely
you don't-
should do more.
Is that a problem? to
1,000%.
say that?
I wouldn't disagree.
I think he's
with you.
doing enough. I think he's doing exactly what he's supposed to do. You saying he's not?
No.
It's crazy.
I disagree.
When
I
did he
feel
say
like,
he
you
wasn't?
know what? To be
I
honest
disagree
with you,
100%.
to be honest with you, I feel like I probably could do more.
He's got a family now,
but
man.
with me,
Fuck
that's
everybody
a-
else.
that's
That
a
doesn't
family.
matter. Let's slow
What
down.
it is for me, like I probably, I know I need to. There's things on myself I need to work on more, and I feel like once you start
For you and
prophesizing a
yours.
little more, like people put yourself on the pedestal,
Mhm.
you know, and not even the preacher or
Oh,
the
he-
person delivering the message puts themselves on the pedestal. Other people's put on the pedestal,
Mhm.
and I know that there's still flaws in my net. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to put myself on. I don't want.
So you don't want to be in a place where somebody could try to cut you
Or
down.
try to
leave.
cut me down.
You're not
you know
trying
what
to.
I'm saying?
You don't want to preach to
So,
somebody.
like,
You just want to talk
nah.
to somebody.
But that's where the beauty is. And when I agree with Ty on the fact that you should deliver
He was
more,
right.
I'm talking just in the terms of storytelling. You're one of the greatest storytellers.
Is
You're
he?
one of the greatest actors, screenwriters that I know. So
Tyler Perry.
I'm talking through the medium.
chill on the Tyler.
I'm talking through the medium of art. Rico's gone viral several times for skits. So
Word?
I'm talking through
Yeah.
that.
You ain't never told me,
Bro, I'm
bruh.
not a person
But
to
so-
be like.
So
Come on,
I don't. I'm
man.
not. I'm
Chill
not.
out.
I'm not talking about being perfect, standing in front of a church. I'm just talking about tapping back into the art that you're fire at,
Right.
and delivering those subliminal messages through that. That Adam and Eve joint idea you have is fire. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not talking about being overbearing, just getting back into the art and delivering those messages within that.
I think segue, this takes us into just time management, you know, because with
You got a whole thing going.
I'm in a new position in my life. Like I've never been in a position where I have to care for other people's time, and be considerate of others as well, and also make sure I put in enough time to provide. So instead of being more than just myself now, like I have a family, have a partner to confide in and compromise with, and make sure that I'm not wasting too much time.
Right. If you think about it, he shouldn't even be here.
No, bro, he preaching to the wrong one.
No way.
He's preaching to the right ones.
Like
he's talking to you, but he's talking to them.
I have something to say. I think that you have great advice. Job was saying you have great advice, but you deliver it in the wrong way. So he can't.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay. You said that he gives good advice, but it's always jokes.
No,
yes,
Job,
you did.
Job don't count.
No.
Job's just not ready to receive it.
What you mean? Me and
Job's
Ty
so
talk
smart.
every day.
We do. We talk all the time.
We talk about.
I feel like
no, we break down. Listen,
You
I'm
said
just saying.
that-
I'm just saying
Hand that
the way he said it to him. I didn't like the way he said it to him and not giving
You
him
got
what
something
he
to
already
say?
knew.
Let me hear.
Hold on. Hand him the Henny too. Where's the Henny?
You have the Henny? Here, I got the Henny. If you want
Hand you got to take a shot if you're going to ask a question. Okay.
I just want to provide an insight, and it may be. What I'm hearing is the depth of the knowledge that you share depends on the depth of the relationship.
Come on.
And if you've got a gallon of knowledge, but the person's only got a solo cup worth of receptivity, you can only give them so much.
Correct.
Somebody spelled receptivity.
Give him a shot.
I like that receptivity.
Give him a shot.
I'm gonna add that one. I'm gonna add that one to the list.
And listen. You didn't. He barred us up. He said, if you only have a solo cup of receptivity, that means shut your drunk. You don't know what you're talking about up here.
Yeah.
He basically just barred us.
So are you pretty much saying that you can't pour in as much as you want to pour in if they can't?
Or it's gonna
It's
waste.
case by case.
Then it becomes a waste.
It's case by case.
You over pouring and they not
It does
First off, we're Americans. We waste all the time.
Yeah, but
What are we talking about?
But listen,
What are we talking about?
I prefer not to waste like energy. Like for instance, like
He ain't got the time.
First off, wasting energy on someone you care about sounds crazy.
We're going into a different conversation.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Like,
And
you're
hold on, we talk about this all the time.
I'm gonna pour regardless.
But you're talking about us specifically, probably personally. Like
but it
we're talking
hurts.
about.
But it hurts so much more.
I'm not.
when
You're
it's
not going to
her.
say something to me that you're going to say the same thing to him. Maybe you say, well, actually, that's a bad example.
It's gonna hit
or
so
him.
much. It's gonna burn so
He's
much.
going to receive
worse
something different than I would
when-
receive something.
Like for instance, like I have a niece, okay, that pour into religiously over and over again.
And there's a whole
You
wall
okay?
right there.
I'm talking about I poured into. I thought she and I were here. You know, like I'm providing. She was more afraid to tell me that she was pregnant than she was her mom and stepdad, because she knew the level of how much I poured into her and the level of discipline.
That's like Michaela.
It would have been
That's Michaela
for
with
me.
you.
Okay, so after
We
I
dropping names
poured
online?
all,
Yeah, we say names.
after I poured all
Call
this,
me Michaela if you got a problem.
I poured all this information into her, and then for her to
I don't even know who
still
that is.
fall short of the expectation and standard that I established for her, or the potential that I've seen in her, it just hurts so much worse, knowing that I've literally gave you like.
You gave her the game, and then.
I gave her all the game I could. There was nothing else I could tell her that life wouldn't have
But
shown
that's
her.
everybody around you.
And then when I seen
They
it
got
just
their
fall
own
short, I'm
choices,
just
though.
like,
It's the worst, though, ain't it?
so I got to sit back and just watch you fail after I've
Because that's a
told
completely
you.
different person. But she knew.
So
That
what-
that
so
means
it-
you were on the
That's
mind.
what I was saying with Ty's. Like, you know what?
But
I
they
shoulda
should
ju-
be able to come.
I
to you.
should have just let you go ahead and do your thing anyway.
Right.
'Cause you were
I
gonna-
don't think
because you were going to do your thing.
I don't
She
think-
was
Right,
going to
because
do her thing
you wasted your
regardless.
time and energy, and it happened anyway, right?
And it happened anyway. I poured
With
hours
Care about
But
you
that doesn't
cannot
mean
do
you
that.
shouldn't stop trying.
And
No,
come
no,
on, that
you
doesn't
have
mean
to
that
keep
doesn't mean that
trying.
you wasted it though.
bro. I to present
It feels
day,
wasted.
present day.
Have you
I
ever
feel
done
like
it?
it was wasted.
Has it ever happened to you?
Like present day.
No.
Like you've done something for somebody, you gave them like exactly what was going to happen, and then years go by, whatever, and exactly what you said is going to happen happens.
Yes.
All right, that's what I'm saying. So you know that the feeling of being like, I don't want to say ashamed or
I'm a
just
So
so
what do you
washed
do?
out.
I'ma let
You're
him
like,
just be like, you know
damn,
what,
what
I'ma
was it
keep-
all for?
Keep pouring
Hear
into
me
you
out.
for you
No.
to waste more of my
No, I'd
knowledge.
rather
than
just
What's
I
wait
gonna
do
for you.
happen is my mom says it. I'm gonna let you bump your head a couple times. You're gonna bump your head until you need to come back.
Yeah, but
and I'm gonna give you.
The head bumps he was talking about. This is
I'm not-
life altering.
I'm not going out of
It's a
my
head bump, bro.
I'm not
Right.
gonna,
True
I'm not
story.
gonna go
True,
out of
true.
my way.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go out of my way and waste. I'm not even gonna call it waste time. If you come to me, I'm gonna keep planting seeds, right? But I'm not going to waste time that I don't have if I know you're not gonna receive the information.
But that's where I'm at. I'm like, you know what?
Is this why y'all don't
But-
text me back?
But
That's where
back,
you, that's
back,
where you got it. Good luck.
but back to the
That's crazy.
conversation.
She texted me and she said, so my mom, because she didn't even want to have
Somebody
the
at me.
conversation
If
with
she's
me.
still reaching out, that's a good thing.
Listen,
I haven't heard from my little cousin in years.
Listen, her mom reached out to me first, told me what took place. I'm like,
Come on.
Relax.
The Don
man. Come
Hooley's
on,
not
man.
that good.
Go ahead.
so then she says, so then she
But it's
texts me. She says,
available.
so I know my mom told you about what happened. You know, I know my mom told you about what happened. How do you feel about it? And I says, I don't feel like it's a conversation that we should have via text, but this is your life, and I wish you and the baby the best.
And I
of
love
luck.
you.
And
Right.
I don't think I put I love you in there.
That's
I
a-
ain't gonna lie.
You ain't put the
I think keep planting
I don't
seeds.
think I
You
did.
gotta keep love and everything.
It's not that he didn't. He just
It's
didn't
not
put it in
that
the
I.
text.
It's not that I don't love her anymore. I definitely still love her.
But sometimes-
but I
females
didn't.
are different. You have to explicitly say,
Nah,
"I
sometimes
love you" in that message.
I feel
for
like
them
if I
to
would
know
have
that
told
you
her
love them.
that,
I
it
hate you,
would've
but I
gi-
love.
I
it-
feel
it-
like that would have gave her that. You know
You
what?
condoned
You
it.
can continue to fuck up and fuck your life up, and I'll still be there to.
The "I
continue to
love you" means that
I
while
need you to
make-
know. I need you to
Yeah.
know that I'm disappointed. I need you to know that you
Like,
let
I
me
want you
down.
to feel this.
I want
I
you
want
to
you
feel
to
this
feel
shit.
this.
I don't
That
want you to
means-
feel
that
like
means
you
the
can
knowledge-
continue to fuck up. I don't want you to feel like it's
The
okay.
knowledge then stops. Then
Yeah, I don't.
No,
I
you
don't
give
feel
no
like-
more knowledge.
I don't feel like the
No, but
knowledge.
there's a separation that happens because if you're
I
not
don't
going
feel
to
like
take
the
this,
knowledge-
you
You
cannot
cannot
waste
do
my
that.
time.
You cannot
I
do
feel
that.
like I feel like
First
I
off, we
feel
got to
like
talk
I
one
del-
at a time.
I feel like I
One at a
deliver.
time,
I feel like I'll deliver the knowledge upon request versus me offer unwanted information because the
No, that's a
information.
bad angle.
The information
I'm not going to waste my
It's a bad
time.
angle. Listen, I'll go ahead and say this.
so you rather just talk to a wall?
I'll go ahead. First off, if it's
Just because
somebody-
just so you can say, pat yourself on the back and be like,
no,
I said it. At least I said it.
If it's somebody, I care about, I have to work. I have to put in the work. It doesn't matter.
But how you know what
I can deal with. I can deal with
they want?
like we'll go ahead and say like we'll talk about my sister. Me and my sister, we have different.
What's wrong with you? Why are you looking at me? I'm
No,
listening.
I'm talking about Murd.
Go ahead.
But we have different views on life, where we stand, what we should be doing, everything like that.
Right.
If I have something that I feel I should give to her, I don't care if she's going to receive it or not.
Right. You just want to
I
dominate
have
her.
to give it to her no matter what. That's my sister.
And we're disagreeing with that type of approach.
I'm not wasting my time.
I'm not saying
on nobody
we're not
going
saying you
with
can't say it.
It's not wasting time.
it. It is.
It is.
Why do you
If they
think?
don't want to hear it, it's
Unless
a fucking waste.
unless you got a new delivery that you believe is going
Pass
to.
that representative. This
No,
nigga-
Now, I will 100% say that like my delivery is not the greatest delivery.
Your
We
delivery,
know. I
your
will say
delivery is terrible.
that. I will
Because
say it.
No, he's
Wait
all
a
right.
second. I'm not done. Your delivery is terrible.
With
well,
who?
Jay,
I'm very
It is
direct.
very no. It
I'm
is
very direct.
you say that to all of them. You're about to
wait a
lose your
second.
mind.
I'm very direct.
Hold on, let me say it one more time. Your delivery is terrible too.
I
Sometimes
know.
in the same as yours.
We come with you.
I don't want y'all to come to therapy with me. I'm not. Tell that guy something to say.
Here, no, get the mic. We need to hear you. We can't hear you.
Listen, man, there's only 2 times you should give your opinion: when it's life threatening and when it's asked for.
Go ahead.
Other than that, that's somebody else's life.
So if it's wasting time, is the love or is something conditional? Like it sounds like
No, the love's always going to be there.
Hold on, can I finish?
Ooh.
Is it-
Say the white man's been holding us down.
The hat is
Stop
on.
signing
Yo.
to me, white
I
boy.
am just
Them yarn
trying-
balls.
I can't get a thought out. Because it sounds like I'll withhold. Like, because I feel like if you go into like the church side, the faith side, like God says to continue to labor with people no matter what. Even if they
Right.
spit on you, you show up no matter what. When you said you didn't send the I love you, is that I'm gonna withhold my love for you? Like, is that conditional? Like maybe help me understand.
It wasn't
It was definitely deliberate
it wasn't
because you knew that was going to be comfort at the end,
I
and you
don't,
didn't want to feel that comfort.
no,
Let him speak.
Let a man speak.
no,
speak.
no, that's not the
Let
case. It's just it wasn't an organic response. You feel me? Like I feel like but I still love you would have been like a forced level of comfort and she was receiving this. I know she was comforted from her mom because her mom obviously expressed how comforting she was, being that she's been through the situation before. So it's not like that she didn't receive the comfort. It wasn't an organic response for me because I didn't even initially say like, "Hey, I'm still here with you. It's okay. I love you." That would have been an offer. Being that she like reached out to me, she pretty much felt out, and I'm like, "Hey, listen. I mean, it's your life. I don't feel like this. I feel like if we would have had a conversation in person, I would have been able to offer more comfort to her, But being that she just gonna text it to me, I'm like, I don't feel like there's a conversation via text, but it's your life.
Did you feel like you failed? Because you preached to her whole life, and then she goes and does something like that. Did you feel like you failed as a man? Not as a man, but with her.
I don't feel like I failed because she's not my child. If it was my child, I would have felt like not a fail because mistakes happen.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Or choices happen.
and
So you didn't feel like she was your child?
no,
Because like when it comes to my relatives and everything like that that are younger than me, I'm like,
Because you're a
They
control.
there's
are
no way
not.
you feel the same way about them
That's
that
'cause you
do
want
Carter.
control.
I don't
You
believe,
feel like,
I don't
I know
believe
what's
that one.
best.
I don't believe that one.
not
bit.
Carter, not Carter.
That's
not-
that's what I'm saying.
very much the same kind of way.
You just
Someone who
asked me, was
needs-
it my child?
I agree, but there's a
I
Carter
do not
type
feel
of-
like she's my child because I have a child, and the way that I feel about my child, I don't feel the same way about her
Okay.
because I didn't birth like.
You can
You know
still
what I'm
feel
saying?
a sense of failure because you feel responsible for this.
I don't
person.
feel,
and I think that that's what he
it's not
means. So
necessarily.
we can clarify that.
Yeah, I
you
don't
just
feel like I
responsible.
don't feel like I failed. I feel like I feel disappointed.
Okay.
Because I try to give her the game. Like as an uncle, I probably give her more
natural.
game than I would my daughter. Because I can be a little more direct with her. Like, look, they only want, I could talk to her like straight on.
This
Like
is how
give
this
her,
goes
you know what I'm
down.
saying? And I was delivering information to her straight on. And like I attempted to give her as many options to progressing in life than being a statistic. Like I didn't even make it the basic, options like just college. I just say no. Well, we have options. We can go to the military. We can go to a trade school. We can go to a hair school. We don't even got to go to the one in town. I've even went to the point where I've looked up bus schedules to get her there. Like I've even offered her my own. When I had my original shop was I even offered at her at a discounted rate. Like you can sublease my room if you want to, make some money. Like I'm really trying to encourage her that there's more options to life, and I want you to experience them. I want you to see the world. I don't want you to be
Or see a different
limited
world.
to just being
Even your surroundings of people.
even your surroundings of people. I want you to see more, and you still
Change the focus.
and you still ended up exactly what I wanted you not to be.
And
And the part that's disappointing, to be completely honest, was I don't feel like my sister
Lost energy.
encouraged the same established the same standard or put the same energy that I did for her child.
I think that you need to continue on to keep her and actually preach into her like you do, because as that child grows, your relationship with her can grow. That child's going to grow no matter what, right? You need to make sure that relationship
As
grows
his
as well.
But
grows.
listen.
No,
and
Sometimes
and
people gotta get
then-
left.
No,
and
wait a
you're
second.
right, and you're
You
right.
gotta
Jay,
leave
I think
some
Jay's
people.
onto something.
Got
Wait a
him.
second. You
I
are
gave
you
you
my
are
time.
onto
Bam.
something,
Wait
but
a
it's
second.
like, you know what?
quiet for you.
Now the energy that I had
Uh-huh.
for you, I feel like I'd rather.
But then the thing is, if you make sure that
Ain't
you
nothing
can,
wrong with that.
that you
I'd
can,
rather, because like, you know what? I could, you know what? You already let me down one. Nah, I'm not
But
even
hold
going to
on, I
put
just-
myself.
I agree with you on not pouring. Stop. Let me be
Calm
deep.
down.
Let me be deep with my eyes
Jesus,
closed.
hey Mert, I gotta do.
Let me be deep
Go
with my
ahead, go
eyes
ahead.
closed.
But if I do this, and
Like I feel you on not pouring where somebody doesn't have the cup to receive or the bottle or the 2-liter,
Let me cancel.
but the love shouldn't change. What I hear is I'm not going to keep giving you love because my love says this is okay.
In the same way you tried to love her.
I don't understand like what
Is it?
like,
It's
how
not
it
not
become-
a conditional love.
Damn, bruh. What did you live as a life?
No, I
Conditional love.
God damn.
If
Hold
this,
on.
then if this,
Hold on.
then this.
Do you love
Every
bro?
job
Yes.
you've had, the military,
No.
everything, every construct
No.
around you.
You
If
can't-
this, then this.
the love
If you
can
do this,
remain,
then this.
No, the love can remain the
I
same.
understand what you're
They're
saying.
already get a consequence from life.
Right.
If you make a decision,
I'm a consequence
life
as
is
well.
already going to give you a consequence. When you come back here, the love is still here. My level of energy that I put into you might
It's
not
not
be
it.
the same, but
That's why you
I
don't get
still
the I
love
love
you.
you. If that never
You
said.
didn't
So,
listen to me.
My question is like,
But I'm not going to
like,
love you
how-
less as a
does
consequence.
it sound like I love less?
Yes.
And the
When
thing
you
1000%.
because what I
How
heard
no,
you,
no, no, 'cause
I'll
they-
tell you why. I'll tell you why.
What,
I could be
what
wrong.
triggered it? Make it
Hold on.
a love?
Because you took a step back.
No, no, no.
They-
She
I'll-
got
because you
something to
take
say.
a
Oh,
step
wait,
back.
wait, she got something
Let
to
me
say.
clarify.
She got something to say.
Let me wait a minute.
Where's the mic at?
Let me
Let her say.
clarify to your
Let her
answer.
say something. She got something to say.
Okay, so I'm not gonna be biased, but
Sounds like it.
I'm not gonna be biased, but what I'm thinking AJ is saying is okay.
Who's AJ?
Yeah, who's that?
He's
Yeah.
Rico.
Yeah, that's
When he got the gold glasses on. Come on, man.
Let her talk. Y'all got to let
Yeah,
people talk.
chill out.
I don't think that his love has changed. I think as people we're all flawed, but I think in today's society there's no like shame. Like people aren't ashamed of anything. Everything goes. And there has to be in the world, there has to be someone that's intolerable of things. So, there has to be boundaries. And, people have to be ashamed sometimes of things that they do. So, it does not happen again. So I understand both sides of it because my mother is a person that preaches no matter if someone wants to hear it or not, but she loves them. So she's going to give that to them. And I can appreciate that as, her daughter. So I see both sides of it, but in a world that has to be some sort of intolerance to things.
Well, boundaries, I think, is the best word you just said.
Yeah.
I got a question for you. So, say he continues to love the little cousin that he's, preached to this and that. You don't think that that's going to bleed into her daughter or son, whatever?
He'll definitely need to.
Is it a daughter or a son?
What she's having?
Yes.
I don't know.
We don't.
If it's a daughter, bro.
No,
you
but
gotta
what's the
break-
matter?
You got to break generation.
That's
curses,
her
bro.
issue, and that's the father's issue. What he's saying is he did what he needed to do
You
in his
can't-
place.
I don't think you can think like that, though.
And
You
that's
can't.
You
people
can't
that
take
so
knowledge.
much
It's a
of-
life to live. He set his boundaries. You crossed his boundary. I gave you what I could.
I'm perfectly
I
fine.
love you, but keep it pushing then.
I'm
I'm gonna keep pushing here. You keep doing what you're doing, whatever yours is. If you come back, God bless. I love you. If you don't, 'tis life.
That's pretty much
Rain out the gutter.
Well, first off, you gotta differentiate like when it comes to like your family, your friends, your
You
people.
wouldn't stop pouring into me, would you?
Never in my life because you're
Thank
my
you.
people. That's what I'm
Thank
saying.
you. You would
So
never
when I-
stop
when I
pouring into
talk-
me as
when
well.
I talk
Hope it
like
happens
when I'm
tonight.
talking to Rico about the situation, that's his people. You never stop talking the people that you care about.
I'm hip. I said that.
I understand on a level, and it can be wrong.
Y'all ain't never disowned nobody?
Hold on.
No,
it can be
I'm not.
wrong.
So
Disown is a white
Never.
people.
I might-
thing.
I might-
That's
White
crazy.
people disown the shit
about
out
to
of
pray-
that.
I'm about to pray for you.
I've never disowned somebody in my
I
life.
got
I've dealt with.
people I see in public. I'm talking about first, right by you,
Yeah.
20 years.
Yeah, never in my life.
If you see your auntie and she don't say hi,
Right
I'ma
now,
pray for
my
you.
uncle about on car cruise days, right across the street. No, he wasn't talking for 10 plus
I'd
years.
love to unpack that.
I don't even know what there's to unpack. I tried to say what's up to him, and he just turned his back, and I was like, that was crazy. And my mom was like, that's on him. That's between him and God. Because she's religious. I was like, I don't know what that means. Come to find out, this started at the Holiday. this started at the Holiday Inn up here on 18 when my nephew was 3. I was like, oh, we got one of them.
I know.
No, we don't talk, and that's easy.
I know
money for
people
me.
like that. Like I know girls that haven't talked to their families.
That's the best way to live.
like.
No, it's not.
Why this
You
conversation?
don't even think about him
Hold on, time
anymore.
out.
No, it's not.
Why this conversation get so deep?
Yeah, man.
always get-
Because you've been
They all-
putting in his face, and
Hold
you've
on,
been telling
I-
him.
I want to go to for a second, right? Because we're all young men.
Who's young?
Y'all are
All
old.
of us.
I'm older than everybody in the crowd.
I know. I know you. I know you have something good to say.
Because I want to talk to.
Grab that mic
do
because
not
you-
let him
She
call
has,
you.
Wait.
she has an opinion, and I know she has an opinion about what we just
but
talked about.
I want
Is
to.
that Renee?
Can I ask a question, right?
Renee?
I want to talk in terms of us.
Renee.
Hold on. In terms of us as fathers of daughters specifically,
Who got kids?
what is
Fathers of daughters, I love that.
fathers of daughters, men with
Relax.
nieces, sisters? We tend to react
Pass
to
the reposado.
our daughters, sisters, the same way that we do our sons, brothers. And it's clearly not working for us, because if we talk about our family members who we got issues with, it's the women in our lives. What mindset shift could we have when approaching the women in our lives? Who can we be better at for the long haul, just to be more effective? I don't know, be more
Or
supportive.
is it the
better
women
leader?
I say
needing to
softer.
change and giving a different approach? I don't know,
It's always the women who need to change. But what can we do?
because I don't know.
Church.
I don't know. I'm
Sure.
She said it's never what you say, it's how you say it.
But I'll say this just real quick.
I tell you that,
Let's go down
and
the
I
line.
tell you
Let's go
that.
down the line because I see everybody's faces. Go ahead.
Ask the question.
So, what could we do better as men? How could we approach better? Maybe from your experience, what did your father, brother, uncles do that was like, wow,
Yo.
this helped me in the long term, so that we could be better for our nieces, daughters, even wives?
Not everyone is a cookie cutter experience. Every person is different. You have to speak to that person how they will receive it in any type of relationship that you have. So that requires discernment, wisdom. So you have to, be very in tune with yourself. That's, me personally speaking, how I even speak to my fiance. Like, I have a lot of wisdom and discernment that has been taught to me by my mother, that I'm able to speak to different people. So not everyone's a cookie cutter experience, and you have to learn a person to be able to speak to them, and vice versa.
Okay.
that was fire.
Good. We're listening. Any other advice?
She
I
just said she's
appreciate that.
she just said she's better than you.
She's the reason you wore that hat tonight. That
No,
hat's
she
fire.
said just stay humble.
Yeah. Hey, you showed up. You did exactly what you was supposed to do tonight.
Y'all thought about this in the car.
Exactly. That
Hey,
was
stop.
so fire. He's so proud of you.
Proud moment right now.
The way you dropped those chicken tenders in that grease tonight.
We on.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be a good
air
time.
fryer.
Wait for
nuggets.
this.
Air fryer.
nugget.
fryer.
Air
It's gonna
fryer
be
nuggets.
crazy.
Man.
Air fryer
When
nuggets.
you put them in the air fryer and y'all eat them chicken tenders tonight,
Is that the bad leg?
it's gonna be fire. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because you did exactly what you were supposed to
Thank
do
you.
tonight. Exactly. You said it how you were supposed to say it.
All right,
Because I
moving
would
on.
be so mad. I would be so mad at showed up and she ain't show up.
I'd be mad if my girl talked at all.
I'd be
like, what you
devastated.
talking about?
I'd be devastated.
I told you in the car. Shut the fuck
I
up.
was over here like, girl, you better answer this
You
shit.
see the
You
right.
better answer.
Pamela's
You
not
better
playing.
answer. You better answer it
You
right.
better answer this shit right.
Pamela, red flag, right?
Hold on, we got it right here. We got it
Yeah,
right here.
red flag. Red flag.
All right.
Good.
Well,
Your son in.
and I would say that think a piece of wisdom. They all have 3 really good partners, and I think a piece of wisdom I would say is that I taught them to respect me as their mom, and part of that time I was a single parent, and so I think that just treating men and boys as them to be who you guys are, allowing you to be creative people and not expecting you to be someone you're not, but also allowing women and girls to be women and girls, and just letting there be reciprocity between individuals. I think that's really important. So I think what you guys are doing here and just talking about how you feel about things is really important, and also thinking through about how to relationship with others.
Do you know how hard that is to do?
Can I just interject?
First off, when we talk
I
about
do.
kids,
I do know how
everything
hard
you
that
just
is.
said, everything you just said, we're talking to be respectful of their opinions. That's
That's
hard
crazy for a
thing.
dad.
Do your
That's a hard thing that I'm dealing with.
Can I ask her a
now.
quick question?
Go
Because I need this. This is actually specific to my. When? Because you said
I
you
thought
had
I
three
was about to say
boys.
something fire, but go ahead.
No, yeah. 'Cause
Mhm.
that, specifically, when they was growing, did you go like? Because you're a mom,
Mhm.
treat them like boys. Probably had. It was like you kind of had to let that thing go, and be like, I need you to grow into that man. And what was the adjustment? And what, like around what age? Because
Need you
I'm
to
having
grow
some
into
difficulty.
that man. I think I kind of released they were developing. So, I mean, it wasn't you to grow into this thing, but let me help you to
I'm kind of looking
navigate
for like a
these
specific age because I'm like dealing with a 13-year-old and he's like
he
13
has kids.
and like little Boosie's age of 13
Pretty much.
is a grown man. When I'm dealing with 13, this it seems like a dumb child. I'm like he's saying and doing things and like reacting to like his mother, and I'm like, I'm about to kill you
Yeah.
because you should know better. You're old enough to me, but I could tell by the way I'm talking to him. I'm yelling at him, and he's like he's not crying, he's not doing nothing. I mean, I'm giving him my best grown man shit, and he's just like, I'm asking him questions that are like rhetorical. Like I already know the answer.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't do this, and he's like, who even told you to do some shit like this? And he's like, well, listen, last week, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. I was like, so I don't even think he understands what I'm saying.
No, because that frontal cortex is.
That's
so
what I'm
not
saying.
developed
Like,
yet.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
you're
when is he going to cross over and tap in? Because I
think
can't
you
remember
say
when I
29.
tapped in.
Yeah, it's pretty
25.
old. 20 in the 20s. Yeah,
You
Okay.
said 25.
yeah, 25.
I became best friends with my mom when I
Yep.
was 25.
Yeah, there you go.
No, wait.
Yeah.
My mom's my best friend.
I just don't get it though.
Bro, I go to my mom with everything. For that,
'Cause
I
you a
thought she
baby
was
back
against me.
Yeah.
But when I turned 25,
No, your mom is your first best friend.
bro. No, at
That's
first
your
she
first
wasn't.
girlfriend.
So Net and Seth were my best friends.
I'm talking
At
about as a
first.
kid, as a child, that's who you go to.
When I turned
Dad
25,
comes home from work.
bro, my
I
mom.
run the mall.
Christine, do you have an answer? Because I'm curious. Go ahead.
Do I have an answer for it's been a while since my kids were 13, but I would say it's important to do a lot of listening, which is really, really hard. And then I would say being responsive.
When did you stop listening and start putting hands on?
You whooped your kids?
Because I was told not to touch him.
Don't put her in that
I did
position.
not whoop
She's
my
applying for
kids.
grants.
I'm whooping my kids. I'm sorry.
But did you psychologically whoop him?
I psychologically whoop them sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, like because there's something because I'm trying to get him to understand,
And I think
and
there's
I'm
that
trying to get
tone
him to
you can
cross
use.
over. Like he said something crazy to his mom, did something crazy. Can't get into specifics. But then I saw a text message where he was acting crazy. Then immediately was like, "Yeah, you need to come pick me up, and I need $20." I was like, "I don't think you understand."
Talking to you?
No, man. Lord Jesus, pray if he ever does something like that.
Oh.
I mean, I know I'm getting old, but I ain't old enough yet. But he said something like crazy, and then immediately went back to like a child's mindset. Was like, "Hey, I need you to come pick me up." Like, not say, "Can you?" I need you to come pick me up, and I need $20. Meanwhile, he had just texted me for 15, so he's about to have 35. He's about to be balling outside.
Yeah, he's using all his resources.
That's what I'm
to-
saying. But then he's also.
Are we mad at that?
Yeah,
He's resourceful.
he's resourceful.
But do you
Right.
know what he did behind that though? I'll talk to you out in the parking lot about what he really did.
No,
It's
yeah,
crazy.
I
When I
mean-
tell you, it's crazy.
He bought a 10
Yeah,
sack.
there's
But go ahead. Let her finish.
I'm
Because I can just see during the text message he's not following along, so he doesn't
Right.
understand what he's doing yet. But to me, 13 is old enough to know. Maybe it's just because of his size. Maybe he seems like a taller. He's in seventh
13
grade.
is old enough to be responsible for your actions, for
Right,
sure.
so you can't
Yeah.
go outside what you've been taught. Like he has a great life. He's in the world. So I look at him all the time. I'm like, damn, I wish I could go back.
So I would say we always, I think the boundaries that you set as a parent in the house, the rules that you have, like the responsibilities that you expect of your kids and the expectations you have for them are the ones that they're going to be living up to. So
Boundaries
set the
and
bars
goals.
high. Yep.
So question.
So my sister's a bad mom. All right, bad. All right, clap that up. No.
That's crazy. Don't
Oh,
clap
that
for
was crazy.
That was
Somebody
crazy.
clapped. Somebody
I have a-
clapped.
I have a-
that is not what I said.
An honest question.
That's what I heard.
An honest question for you.
Mhm.
When your kids were younger, your sons were younger, were you ever friends with them? In the black household, it's I'm not your friend.
Yeah.
I'm your mother or I'm your father, whatever.
Yeah, I
Or
still
you,
believe that.
I feel like she's got a lot of info on her sons because she was friends with them to begin with.
Well, I wasn't. I actually was not friends with my kids. I think that's something that they don't need. I think that's not the most loving thing you can do with your kids.
Okay.
Yeah. So
But
She's
Teach them how to-
black. She's black.
No,
I
teach them how to be
actually
real
just-
friends.
She's black. She's black. She's black.
I'm actually Japanese, but I will take
Hey!
that.
That's black. Right,
But
die,
yeah,
die on against you.
but I will pass the mic
Somebody
along.
ever
But
said it.
thank you for your input and your care to talk about. I think what's really important about raising a next generation of men who are,
Yes.
I think emotionally and socially more mature than maybe we've been raising. So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I don't know who said
Go
that,
ahead.
but I heard-
Whoever was
That was
next.
amazing.
I know you, but I know you, but Renee,
Yeah,
I
you
know
know.
you had a specific response to what his
something
question,
earlier.
What age? And then we can go back down the line.
I'll say some shorter things, but I feel like I had 3 boys too. So,
3 of them.
Three.
What
of them.
ages?
24 just married, and 21 is just in college, and they're 2 Beaver Falls grads, and then a 13-year-old that's so. Hope you guys get on there, but
Yeah.
Hey, you see what she was like?
24.
So
Do you
I'm
like?
feeling your pain right now.
Do you
so
like his wife that he just
I love
engaged
his
to?
wife. She's wonderful.
That means you
She's-
did your job.
I hope so. I hope so. I'm very, very proud of them.
Are you
Actually,
are you a
they're
single
friends.
parent?
I'm not actually. I was.
Hey,
widowed.
bet
I
that
was-
up. Bet that up. Bet that up.
She's not black.
Shout out to Geneva.
Yeah, I've had
She's
quite a
not
story, but
black.
well, I was gonna say.
Because single parent
His name
is
Seth.
a wild.
Seth, you're a Seth too.
Who?
His middle name's Macklin.
We call
Yo,
White
yo,
Seth, you're
yo,
White Seth.
yo.
his name is Job.
White Seth.
Macklin.
Black
We
Seth.
call him Job.
Job. Okay. Job.
There you go.
I smacked them glasses off, cuz. Go
Come
crazy.
on,
His
bro.
real name. Okay. Anyway, I was just gonna say I feel for you, and with my boys, I felt like it wasn't one thing or one age. It was, at 14, I need you to take the reins to your life because I am driving your chariot here, and I'm tired of that. And he'd be like, okay, but then he would hand the reins back to me. And so over and over and over, and he has turned out to be a fabulous 25-year-old.
Well, see, this is
What
what
do you
this
mean
this
by
this is what
reins?
kills me specifically because he is further along than his brother. Like he'll talk crazy to you and he'll engage in you a conversation. The other one would just be like silent his whole life. I thought he was just a good kid. Come to find out, the other one was just not talking. Was developing as much. This one's kind of bugging himself, and I'm like, you're a child looking like a man, so I don't know how to handle you. If I talk to the other one, he's breaking down and crying. The other one's broke down and cried before, but now he's just like this. It's like he just doesn't get it. He doesn't even get the threat of a man. Like I'm kind of a domineering guy, and I'm talking crazy to him, and he's just looking at me like, I'm taking it in. And I'm like, right now I could kill you. But he's like, oh no, you can't because you're not allowed to touch me. I'm like, what world did you grow up in? And I'm like,
Smart.
yeah, but like he's taking his resources around him, and I'm like, I grew up in a different type of time, or I want to say because it sounds like I'm old. I didn't live with my dad, but when I did live with my dad, I crossed the line a couple of times. I got put in line by an old man, and we're talking about a guy who went to war. You know what I'm saying? Like a different mill worker. I'm terrible. Talking to him now, it's just like it's like an alien. I'm like, what am I saying that you're not getting? And when I ask him questions and he gives me his responses, I'm like, that's not the way things work. But to me, like you said, you get a certain age, it's like his mom's just letting him go back into that kind of cocoon of this is mine. Because I tried to get the oldest one to live with me, and she was like, I don't. And he did for a little while when his grades had got bad during COVID, and we got him back up. We were having a great time. I was like, I had to get my life together to get his life together. We were all good. So now I want to do the same thing because the way he's living, he thinks he's on YouTube every day and cables everywhere. I was like, that's not. And home cooked meals are they just happen. Your laundry just comes folded. That's not how life works. So I want him to live with me. And even now, after he's, I won't say big, but he's just like going down that path of you're going to hold him back. And I don't know how to tell her, let him go.
I mean, I feel like everything you guys say is another conversation. You guys are just
Right, it's like- it's,
thoughtful and
three
you're
different worlds.
interesting and you're vulnerable. I'm really enjoying this. But I feel like in general, my experience is that women tend to like, I'm going to soften and make your life, I'm going to nurture you into your life. And I think dads have a good role, and it can be flipped too, right?
And
But
I'm not even a dad. I
one
don't even know how to
parent-
be a dad.
I think one parent has to be the, in my opinion, there's usually one parent that's like the harder wall and one parent that's like the, okay, let's nudge and softer,
What's wild
you know.
is
But I think it's,
I had two
they're
hard
good together,
parents.
you know.
mine was the opposite. My mom was the harder one.
That's how it usually is in the household.
yeah.
The mom is a
Yep.
disciplinarian. And this one who
Yeah.
comes hard. If she even has to bring your dad in, you're like, oh, my dad never whooped me.
There was no
he
soft.
whooped me as a man.
There was no soft in my house.
Yeah,
But
it
it's
can be
over.
flipped for sure, you know.
Okay, let her get her.
And, okay, and one more.
Good.
My bad,
I'm
my
not
bad, my
just
bad,
steal
my
the.
bad.
I'm not. I don't want to steal the
No,
mic, but I
we
just
got
want to
time.
answer that one question you had about the what can. What was it? How do you say it again? Like, how can men talk to women
Yeah,
or
how
nurture
can-
their daughters or their?
How can
I'll
we-
tell you,
yeah,
as
go-
a
Wait,
woman.
say it again. I didn't hear.
So if the question was, how can men nurture the women around them? And I would say specifically nieces, daughters. I'm a girl. Was that the question?
Yes.
Yeah, on some level.
I'm a daughter of a dad who was never there. And when he was there, he said destructive things, right? So it was just shut the door, grow up poor, all of those things, you know? So I'm really relating to a lot of the things you're saying. But I'll tell you, the one thing that was really helpful was when there was encouragement from other people in my life, uncles who, when I messed up, still loved me, came back, you know, those kinds of things. So I think women really need the voices of men, not just the voices of women. We need men to say, you're good, you're beautiful, you're loved, you're smart. You know, we need men around us, our community, to build us up. So,
But what happens when you mess up? How do you let them know? Like, hey, listen, I can't use words of affirmation every time. Sometimes you gotta look at like, hey man, what are you doing? I can't be like, don't worry, we're gonna get through this because we are. Everything's gonna get through it. Why are we doing this to each other? Like, where are we going with this?
I never knew what words of affirmation was.
I'm the same way.
My ex's love language was that, and I failed.
What does that mean?
Words of affirmations
do your
never
thing.
never been a thing for me.
Bro, my
I
ex's
said
love
one
language
thing
was
and threw
that.
the
She
whole
said-
pod off.
She said, Jay, you didn't give me no words of affirmation. What is that?
Right.
What do you want? Chipotle or
Right.
not?
Is that right?
What do you want?
Is that on
Figure it out.
Is that on Uber Eats?
Come on.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I love it.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes like we come at our kids always in the same tone of voice. Daughters.
How many kids?
Just two.
I just realized you guys were together.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you again.
What you mean,
His
just
name
two?
is
I'm with White Bob.
Say Bob.
White Bob.
White Bob.
Bob.
Sorry, we
Uh,
interrupt
So
each
you have,
other like this
you
all
have
the
one
time.
daughter.
daughters.
One, oh, okay.
Two daughters. Yep. They're 22 and 18. So, but I think one of the things I noticed about raising them is that I had to figure out how to speak to them each. They were not the same, like at all. From the gate, they were not the same. And so if I tried to communicate with both of them in the same way, it was just a nightmare. It didn't work.
So you could never speak to them both at the same time.
No, I'm not being, not literally like
Right.
that. But
Oh
if,
my
if-
God.
when it-
No, I'm not being
No.
a dickhead. I'm asking a question. If you had a problem with both of them, you would have to go to one and then go to another one.
Yep.
Correct?
not
No.
exactly.
Different approaches.
I
No.
mean, more like if
extreme.
one of them, if there was a crisis
immature.
with both of them, I would maybe have to handle it a little bit differently
Right.
with each of them.
Okay.
Circumstances
I'm
are
not saying
different.
like if they were having a fight, they both got the same words and went to their room. You know,
Right.
But for bigger things as they grew
Right, you're
up.
not walking into one room with the same energy from the other room.
Yeah, and
and
just like what they
different-
needed was
compartmentalized.
different. So maybe like with your boy who's just not getting what you're saying,
The
You
bad
know.
thing is, I think he is. I just think he doesn't care,
maybe.
which
Maybe.
bothers me even more. So
Yeah,
that's
I
besides the
know.
point.
I mean, sometimes they just go through the phase.
Because
of
as a guy,
angry.
my only guys in general, the only reason why we act right is the threat of violence. And then you see him.
That's a
he's-
fact.
And he's
That's not
30,
even funny.
and,
That's a fact.
and he's
It's a real
30,
thing.
and he's 13, and I'm giving him game, and I'm giving it to him. Pause. And I'm trying to be like, hey, listen, you can't do this because of this.
Yeah.
Now this results in this, and this makes your mother feel like this. I'm trying to give you my strain and my grief, like give you something.
Yeah.
And he's like, and
It's
he's
just
dis-
maturity.
no, and then it's maturity, but then he's dismissive of it. So I'm like,
Yeah.
you're gonna give this back to her, which in turn, I'm gonna hear this, and then I gotta come back around. So I should just whoop you right now as hard as I can, go to jail and be like, hey man, no jail calls.
No.
Because I can call out from
No.
jail, but I can't call in, right? All right, my bad.
It was so perfect until you went there.
I know, but
Right. I can't publicly.
Yeah,
approve
it was
of
so
that.
good,
Yeah,
and then you
like,
went
on a-
there
on a microphone
and
I was
killed
trying
the
to say, like, please don't do
entire
that.
that's what I do.
stance.
That's what I do.
No, I mean, I agree with Renee. I mean, having daughters, they obviously need to know that they're safe and secure, and they need to know that you love them unequivocally. But I also want to say to you,
That word was wild.
your niece knows you love you. You love her. Okay. And like, I could 100% hear the disappointment. It's okay. It's okay that she knew you were disappointed.
Okay, that's
It's
great.
totally okay. And like, she knows. She
But
knows you love her.
I don't think he wants her to stay in that space. That he wants her to come back, but it has to be known that like you can't come back with the same behavior. You know what I mean? I can't keep letting somebody come back with the same result because I'm not going to keep going this way, and then you keep doing the same thing.
I know. Well, I'm a Christian, so
I'm a Muslim. What's up?
Shut up.
what I mean by that is like
Mashallah.
I actually disagree with you. I think like
So you're just going to keep
When-
reaching out.
I want to know. Hold on. Let her speak.
well, I mean, obviously you have to set proper boundaries with people, but love is like a flashlight out there. So the person that's in your zone,
Mm.
they're gonna know you love them,
Calm down, Ned.
but they might know
That was
you're
powerful.
disappointed,
Yeah, that was
or they
dope.
might know, but it's
Love
okay.
is
Like
a flashlight.
I'm just saying, like you should continue to extend love, but it doesn't always have to look the same.
So Rico,
hey, hold on.
Rico, literally
Flashlight.
change what you're
Hey, listen,
doing.
hey,
bruh.
I wasn't ready for that at all. Flashlight was it. Hey,
everybody
hey,
here,
hey, flashlight, my love. Hey,
everybody here,
my flashlight does not have
everybody
you know what I'm saying,
here.
batteries.
You've been holding this mic for a long time. You have something to say. I can see it.
I do. I have something to say.
Okay.
Well, just on the issue of love and then the issue of boundaries. So I'm the daughter of a man who I'm 47. He has worshiped me for 47 years. And there was nothing I could do to move outside of his love.
Mhm.
Nothing. And I disappointed him. But it's still that way. And you know, in the church we're taught about God the Father, and if you have a crappy dad, like this is where you put your confidence. And I've actually, and I know this is sort of like heretical, I've never needed that metaphor. Never. Because my dad has been so affirming and identity building in me. And the other thing I would say is like, it takes 10 seconds to get pregnant. You know, like that's not the story of her whole life. It was a moment.
Right.
And we all do lots of dumb stuff for longer periods of time than 10 seconds that don't make it the final path of our whole existence. So I would just encourage you to be disappointed and hurt and love her. I heard this podcast today with the author Anne Lamott, and she was talking about loving her son. He was 35, and she said, I mean, love to me looks like running alongside of him with the juice box and the tissue and making sure he knows exactly what he ought to be doing. He's 35.
Right.
He has a child of his own. And she said, but that's so disrespectful. She said, I have to let him go and let him live his life and just be here for him. And
To be honest, I feel like you need your own podcast.
I don't know about that.
I mean, like no joke. Like you I feel like you have a lot to talk about.
Well, I percolate over here while you're
Mhm.
No, I think
Hey, I don't have a guy answer this because he's a really great dad to our kids. So,
And
I
he took a shot at Henny.
appreciate that you're
And
asking.
he took a shot of Henny.
Listen, I
I love the
appreciate.
Henny, man.
I appreciate that you're asking.
He's a
us,
guy's
and
guy.
I love that you guys asked all the women that question. That meant a lot. But and my kids are here. My daughter's 23. My son is 19. They would tell you right now, he is an amazing father. And I think one of the reasons why is because kind of what you said, he speaks to them as individuals. So he doesn't go in with a script. Like sometimes I feel like we look at young folks and we think this is the way I'm going to talk to you. And that's our script. But if they don't understand that language, they can't interact with you because they can't understand the language. You know, Renee just went to France, right?
Yeah.
They weren't speaking English to her, you know? So, well, they did because she proved that she could speak really good French. But,
I took
but you
French in
go to
college.
another country and you just go in with your English language and they're looking at you like, but I can't understand you. So he's really awesome at that. So I'm putting you on the spot. I don't know if you.
I want to hear from
Yeah,
him.
I'm sorry.
I want to hear from him.
What's the question?
I want to know. I want to
even know
know.
if there is a
Truly, hand him the mic. I want to know how you
No,
raise your
you. I want-
kids.
yeah.
How do you keep it
Authentic.
authentic? Yeah, we can say that. We
Yeah,
can
I'll say
authentic.
this.
Authentic with each one of your kids.
We have always kept it authentic.
My
Mike.
guy.
Oh, we've always kept it authentic with our kids. I think even at an early age, we spoke to them as if they were small adults who just didn't have the same amount of knowledge we did. So we never underestimated their ability to understand what we were talking about. And that was at an early age. So the generational language came up earlier, like breaking the generational curse. I am the direct product of two other people who treated each other with dignity and respect. And so, you know, as a therapist, when I'm doing counseling with couples, I tell my parents 80% of what I do in the session is the result of having watched two people who loved each other and respected one another. I would say how I treat my best friend in front of my children is important.
All right.
Talk that talk. Talk that talk.
Wait,
Talk that talk.
You're
Hold
doing
on.
Talk
too
that
good.
talk.
DJ
You're
Black
doing
Lion.
too good.
That's enough.
You're doing too good.
talking-
Hey, let him
you're
rock.
talking-
Let him rock.
hold on.
God damn.
Hold on.
Wait
You're
a second.
talking-
Okay.
You're talking too perfect. Relax.
Yeah.
That is too
God
much.
damn.
That is too much. We have a lot of things going on
You guys
in our
are
lives.
right. You guys
If
are
you
already
talk
together.
like that, we're going to look terrible.
Come on.
Relax. Hey, yo, cut
Let him
cut
get
the
up.
camera. Cut the camera.
Yeah.
Hold on. Time
Say
out.
she's your partner, not your best friend.
Stop the lies.
Oh,
Stop
my
the lies.
goodness.
You gotta chill out a little
He
bit.
leveled up on him. He leveled up on him.
Because the way you're talking is going to make me look terrible.
No, okay, but I'm going to.
Let him go. Let him get
My
up.
bad. We're done. We're done. Go ahead. He's doing the good
Go
job.
I'm getting mad. I'm getting mad. I'm like, I don't like you no more. I used to like you, and like now you're making me look like shit.
I'm going to give you the best piece of advice.
Here he goes. I don't even know what he's gonna
Possibly
say.
give you.
Hold on, time out. Before he even says what he's gonna say, you know it's gonna be fire. That's terrible. I hate it. I hate it now.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, say it.
It's written. It's my ability to grow in taking ownership of myself and my behaviors
Phenomenal.
and my actions. And instead of making someone else responsible for my behaviors and my actions, when I take ownership of it and say, you know what, yep, that's on me. That's when I'm then able to treat her with greater respect. So I've got to take and I'll follow this up. And when my kids see that, and I would say the most powerful moments in my parenting is when I've gone to my child and said, you know what, your dad dropped the ball.
You did that?
How does that happen?
No, wait, my dad is never
No, that's
did
what
that.
that's when you drop a kid.
There's no way he's from Beaver Falls.
My bad.
Y'all don't make men like that.
But my dad ain't never did that.
He not from Beaver
know
Falls.
how
Chill,
you do
Pessy.
that. Explain, because I have no idea how to do that in those moments. I need to hear this from you.
Well, if I could say this just real quick. So with them having kids and me dealing with my niece and nephews, whatever, you kind of result back to what you know.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean? So it's like I know how to be my dad, and I know how to not be my mom. If that makes
Yeah,
sense.
oh,
You
yeah,
know what I mean?
absolutely.
So you're talking about something completely different.
I understand that. Yeah, I understand that. There have been multiple times where I have completely dropped the ball as a parent and have unfortunately evoked terror in their eyes because I thought, oh, the only thing they may understand is my physical reaction.
Yes.
And then, but that will change their behavior in the short term, but it will not change their behavior in the long term. And what you need to do is you need to learn how to respond and not react. And I find that parents too often react to get a short-term response to get them to stop the behavior, when instead of being curious and saying, what motivated that behavior in the first place?
So come on. So you're saying
Why are you throwing juice everywhere?
So you're saying whooping your
Stop
kid,
throwing juice.
whooping your kid is going to stop them in the
Hold up, before
Wait a second,
before
let me
hold on,
finish.
hold on. Before he asks this question, did you deal with any trauma at all when you were a child?
You know, I have to be honest. I was raised in a very strong, stable environment where my parents were very intentional about demonstrating respect towards one another.
So your foundation,
in front of you.
your foundation's strong.
Foundation is strong.
So
You know what I
basically,
mean?
be respectful in front of the kids.
And I don't want to
Beat yourself up,
her,
beat your behind closed doors.
she
No?
was actually kind of like surprised when she first met me how stable a situation I was in.
Yeah.
Did you kiss him on the first date?
What the hell?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Good. Good. There it is.
Good.
Olive Garden wasn't worth
I
it.
chased her for a long time.
Oh, hey, yo,
So-
Joe, chill out.
But
Relax.
we as a couple have always demonstrated respect towards one another. We have worked intentionally to do that.
Not always. I mean,
Well-
sometimes it's.
Listen, the trajectory has always been.
Yes, the trajectory, the trend line is going up.
Telling me that whoopings work for the moment, but actually spit knowledge.
How do you
see whooping my kids ass? I don't have kids.
No, hold on.
Kids.
I'm trying to be
But
intentional about
I've
this.
got
conversation.
whoopings. I want to give them
You know,
back.
we have adult children, and so now we're at the point where if I go to them, I would say, you know what? Can I make an observation? Can I express a concern about this?
That's
I'm
an
not
adult,
going to
though.
them. Right. But even I would say in their teen years, that's the approach that we took.
Like those angsty years.
So
Just saying that. You asked, how do you know? You sometimes don't know until they're older, and you're like, oh, you did get it.
Yeah.
Oh, so it might take some time
So
to
there's
breathe in.
ambiguity and mystery
Hey,
and,
hey, I'm- hey,
and curiosity.
straight.
And I,
You don't know what
wonder if
ambiguity
that-
means?
I wonder if that made an impact. And sometimes you don't get to know, but then you see
Then you
it
see
in
the
them.
results.
Oh, and you're like, and we'll look at each other and go, oh,
But you
okay.
see it in how they treat their friends. And when you have other adults who come to you and say, wow, you've got a great kid. That there is no greater compliment than when someone says, your kid is a hard worker. You know, if we had 5 more of them, we would love that. And so as a parent, it was like, oh, okay, so that actually stuff is
dope.
actually taken.
Would you say the root to that is curiosity?
That is my favorite word, is if you can stay curious and you can help other people to stay curious, it moves that, you know, keeps that frontal cortex going and keeps that reactivity low.
Because what I hear is I'm curious about how I'm contributing to my child's progression and behavior.
And still want to be
At
good
the same
football.
time, I'm curious to what's going on with my child.
Absolutely.
Hey, man.
Hey, that's a good spot right there.
Listen, clap it
That's
up.
a good spot. That's a good spot. Hey, that's what it is.
I appreciate.
That's a good
I'm
spot.
trying to
Hey,
come stay tonight.
Good
I
spot.
appreciate everybody who's joined us tonight online. You guys have stayed with us all night and have tuned in.
It was
Everybody
love.
in the
It was
crowd.
love. It was
I
love.
appreciate the value that you've added, and I think that one of the gems we've walked away with many gems tonight. One of them is continue to stay curious about who you are, how your actions are affecting others, how others' actions are happening. Be curious, stay curious, and good night. Anybody
do
else
it.
want to say anything before we
Nah, I'm
head
just
out?
saying we do it, man. Like,
You gonna rap or you something gonna pray?
No,
what
we
you
done.
gonna do?
Yeah, let's go ahead. Yeah,
we can definitely pray.
We can definitely pray.
Hey, yo, Nettie, come up here real quick.
Come on, say a prayer.
Give
for
her the
us.
mic.
Come around. Come
Say,
around.
say
come
a
around.
prayer and lead us
Nah.
out. Lead us out.
Oh yeah, you can do that.
Lead us in a word of prayer.
Word
Don't
of
let
prayer.
him.
Love.
Are y'all gonna let me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna let you pray.
Father, we just tell you thank you.
Hold on. Wait.
Come on.
Nah.
She ain't gonna
Nah, go ahead.
bro.
Go ahead, go
I'm
ahead, go
built
ahead,
for
go
it.
ahead.
It's all
Go
right.
ahead.
Father, we just thank you tonight. First of all, we just thank you just for being able to have all of us here healthy, well-minded, and able to share and express and fellowship, God, and share not just information, but to share knowledge, to share our stories and safe spaces. And we just thank you for that opportunity tonight. I thank you for all the stuff that has flown out, God. I thank you for the wounds that came out and places that people need to heal in, and you allowed that to come to the surface. And I pray, Lord, that you would touch us in every area of our lives that we shared tonight. And that you just bless this podcast even further. Bless Baby Bello, open the doors for business, that it would be booming on both sides, the nonprofit and the profit side, God. And we just thank you tonight for every person here, every person represented, their families, their spouses, God. And we're just grateful. We're grateful for every opportunity to connect with one another. So we just give you honor. We give you glory in Jesus' name. Amen.
Hey, those who tuning in, click the link down below. Donate to Baby Bello.
Hey, let's
Shout out to
good.
Stray Cat. Shout out to Baby Jesus. Shout out to White Jesus. Shout
Why
out to
did you
Black
close
Jesus.
your eyes?
Now my eyes was closed.
He ain't closed his eyes during the prayer.
Yeah, eyes and nose.